All right. Bless up yourself, good people, good people. It's another episode of the Troy Graham Experience. And tonight, there is no guests, there is no time limit. Hell, ain't no filter, ain't no chaser. It's just yours truly discussing Dillian Whyte's march to being undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. There's been a lot of talk. I've heard so much talk, my lord. People saying, "Oh, he don't deserve the fight. He's not helping to market the fight." You know, Tyson is a level above him. He's just gonna go in there, and Tyson's gonna show up. Dillian's gonna fold like a lawn chair. Fight over. Tyson has all this incredible power now. He's just gonna knock out Dillian. Tyson's this incredible boxer. Dillian stand no chance. Who is Dillian beat? Tyson's such a great fighter. He's only fought four heavyweights that we would know in his whole career. Okay? So let's not jump out the plane for Fury yet. And as far as knocking people out, the only person he's manhandled and knocked out like that was one Deontay Wilder. You cannot tell me who else he's manhandled and knocked out besides Deontay Wilder. And if you check Deontay Wilder history, he has fought not one puncher his whole career. When I say puncher, I mean someone who could take you out in one punch, like Dillian Whyte could take you out in one punch. Joshua could take you out in one punch. George Chisora could take you out in one punch. You know, Hey used to have power like that, could take you out in one punch. Klitschko's, guys like that. He hasn't fought any of them. But you know what I love about Wilder's rabid fan base is they'll be like, yeah, man, Klitschko's, hey, definitely Whyte. That's all easy work. Well, why didn't he fight him since it was such easy work? How you leave all that money on the table, Playboy? Huh? But you know the let's get back to the matters at hand, which is Fury versus Whyte. Let me say something to you. You all said that he hurt. So many of you said that he hurt the marketing of the fight. This is Dillian Whyte by not showing up for the press conference. Tickets sold out in minutes. I mean, I do mean minutes. What is it, a 90-seater? Minutes. When has Tyson Fury ever sold anything out? Nah, you take Dillian Whyte out of the equation. Tyson Fury couldn't sell couldn't sell shit to flies. And here's the proof in that. Go check the fights with him not involving Deontay Wilder and tell me how much he sold. Waling fight. Huh? He sold anything? No, sir. Whyte, on the other hand, still has his over here in the UK, still has a good enough following where he could be on pay-per-view without Fury. As long as he keeps putting a good name, excuse me, as long as he puts a good name next to his name. Let's say he gets a Revis, which he did. Say he gets a Derek Chisora, yes, which he did, right? Say he gets a Joseph Parker, which he did. You understand me? He gets those names. He still puts up the good numbers, put on a good show. People are happy. Fury, Waling. Who is Waling? And y'all have the nerve to say that Whyte ducked Waling, but you can't tell me the one top 10 guy that Waling beat. You couldn't tell me his last fight, his last opponent. Who is Waling? You couldn't tell me his strengths. You couldn't tell me his weaknesses. Who is Waling? But you're so quick to say that Whyte ducked him and faked a shoulder injury so he could go get this fight with Tyson Fury. Let me tell you what I believe with that. I believe that he was given an opportunity to fight for a championship belt, being that he is the mandatory, right? They gave him a shot right here and right now, right? And he took it. Waling, on the other hand, is a nobody. Excuse me, y'all. He's a nobody, and he's not necessary. He wasn't mandatory to fight Whyte or anything like that. Whyte chose to fight him to keep busy. Understand me? Eddie was like, you want to stay busy in case you don't get this fight with Fury? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fight me a fight. Waling. Waling. So there you have that. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear any more about Waling. None of that. As far as people say, he don't deserve his title shot. Who in the hell are we as fans to say a fighter doesn't deserve something? That always kills me. Excuse me a second. Title shot. Who in the hell are we as fans to say a fighter doesn't deserve something? That always kills me. Yeah. Excuse me a second. I was just checking my sound. Make sure I sound good, because sometimes you don't know how you're sounding on these YouTube broadcasts. You're talking and you don't really know how you sound, and want to make sure my voice was crystal clear, coming through strong. I didn't want to make sure there was no static feedback or anything like that. But as fans, I think we step over a line when we say a fighter doesn't deserve a fight. Who the hell are we to say he doesn't deserve a fight? That man gets up and runs every day. If you could find me a heavyweight with a better resume than Whyte, not named Joshua, all right, not named Joshua, then I'll say, and I'll give it to Fury because of Klitschko, and then he did defeat Wilder, but other than that, there's no heavyweight out there that has a better resume than Dillian Whyte. Find me one. Not even Joseph Parker, the former champion. Find me one. Derek Chisora has fought everybody. Everybody. What's up, Reggie? Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. Big up yourself. But let me tell you something. There's no other fighter not named Joshua and Fury that does not have a better resume than Whyte. At the end of the day, even this man who's just jumped in the chat, Reggie, he believes that Fury's gonna beat Whyte as well. But I guarantee if I ask him to break down the fight, he might have an issue with that. He may or may not have an issue. So we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Because I know this. I'm not rooting for him because I'm some super fanboy or anything like that. The man's determination is what gets me all the time. I love it, man. How could I not root for someone who is so determined to win? He gets knocked out, he comes back. You know what I'm saying? He'll fight anybody. He just keeps it moving. That's the way it works with him. He ain't begging. He didn't beg to get his position. He didn't buy in to get his position, right? He was not given his position. He fought for his position. Fury in prime shape washes Whyte. He washes his shoes, yeah. I mean, what do you mean by prime? I guess you didn't see the last two fights he was in. Yes, he washed Wilder the previous fight, and then he came back and knocked him out this time. But the man took some punishment, so I don't know what you mean by prime. He's not in his prime right now. Neither one of them. They're about 34 years old. Even though Tyson Fury looks like he's about 45, but he's only 30 something. They said. I guess his bloodline just doesn't age well. I don't know, but to me, can somebody tell me Fury's strengths and somebody's weaknesses? That's what I've yet to hear on any panel I was on. I've yet to hear on any Fury's strengths or weaknesses. People always come back with, oh, he's a better boxer, but they can't break it down. They can't break it down as to what he does that makes him such a better boxer. Right? Big up yourself, Reggie, man. Much respect, right? People always say that Fury's such a better boxer. He could move. He's nobody else besides Ali move like him. Stop it. You're lying to yourself, and you're showing your boxing ignorance, right? All you're doing is regurgitating, and you're repeating what somebody else said. There's nothing in you that's not fact about how he moves and carrying on and carrying on. There's no fact about that. There was a guy by the name of Jersey Joe Walcott. He moved too. Ali got his shuffle. Jersey Joe Walcott, that shuffle that you now know is the Ali shuffle, that's Jersey Joe Walcott's shuffle. Ali took it from him. Jersey Joe Walcott back in the day was called a cutie, because he would do these moves, move to the left, move to the right, fire off a hook, slide here, slide. He was just pretty. He would knock you out with a lead uppercut. Who knocks you out with a lead uppercut? Huh? Who knocks you out with a lead uppercut? Who does that? Yeah, man. So I don't want to hear all these comparisons between Fury and Ali because I don't see them. Besides the toughness, that's about it. But the movement and carrying on, I don't see it. I really don't see it. Like Ali could stop on a dime and fire off rapid combinations and then slide away and not get hit. Understand me? Ali rarely ever got hit by flush punches like Fury did in that Wilder fight, to the point where you saw his entire body ripple like an ocean. Now, if y'all catch me, y'all caught me right in the middle of dinner. I made some fish salmon, I made some what is this? Red snapper Caesar salad. So that's why I keep going on mute so I can chew real quick and then coming back on. I'm just telling on myself. I'm telling on myself. Rolling with rolling with the punches. Look at you, man. You got to talk to my man on the live that day. I had a good conversation. You totally forgot about your boy Troy, huh? I made some red snapper avocado salad. Reggie, avocado and tomato salad. Reggie, rolling with the punches. I mean, yeah, man. But let's get back to the proceedings here about White rolling, rolling to marching. You got me saying rolling. Dillian Whyte marching to being undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I'm a optic. Look, I like it. I'm a guy that looks at things, and I'm very open minded. Right? I don't believe he's gonna be able to run through anybody because none of these heavyweights. I'm talking about White now. None of these heavyweights are that separated from each other. None of them. Even Chisora in his twilight stage of boxing right now, these guys still know that you don't want to get caught with nothing. Mm-hmm. Right? You don't want to get caught with nothing with him. But right now, I believe that Tyson Fury is damaged enough that White could take him. He has to stay under control, not get sloppy and stuff with the footwork and the punches. Basically, he has to fight him with the same type of mindset that he fought Derek Chisora with in the second fight. He just stayed under control. He was cool. He saw the punches. He countered. He has to fight him just like that. I finished him off with a left hook to the body, then a right to the head, and then a left to the jaw. Fight over, over. Because you all have anointed Tyson to be this huge puncher now since he slapped around Deontay Wilder like he didn't have his money. Tyson Fury was a pimp. Deontay Wilder, of course, we know was a streetwalker. And he goes up to Wilder and says, "Where's my money?" And he's like, "Well, I only made $25, baby." Slapped his behind around, left him face down in the street. Talking about, "You better get my money for, next time I come around." Right? So he come around the second time. "Where's my money? Where's my money, Wilder?" "I made another 25 for you, baby." "You only made $50 for me?" Face down squad, baby. All up in the street. Face down squad. I've never seen anybody manhandle Dillian Whyte. Knockout? Sure. Manhandle? No. No. And I mean, unless anyone could actually, let's put this on pause. Unless anyone could actually tell me to fight and fighter who manhandled Dillian Whyte. I mean, before he got knocked out, Fury was manhandling him again, moving him around and all that. Reggie, AJ didn't manhandle Whyte whatsoever. That was a fight between two young up and coming fighters. This boy here, Whyte, his stamina was gone. He was gone. When he got caught with that uppercut, he was already gone. He was dead tired. Nobody got manhandled. Name me the round that he got manhandled in, because I saw that fight a couple of times. So go ahead, man. I love when you make these stories up because see, I have a photographic memory. So you go right ahead and tell me the round that he manhandled the boy in, and I'll just write through my memory and prove you wrong like I usually do. So please feel free to come sit right up here at the front of the class and get yourself embarrassed. Come on with it now. I feel my health coming on. Hold on, I got you the fish head. Y'all don't know nothing about no you know about no red snapper and no fish head. In boxing. Oh, what's up, man? It's the brother who told me I'm talking reckless. If I was talking reckless on Kyle's show, and if I was talking reckless on Mark Nash show, what do you think I'm gonna do on my own show? That's right. Well, somebody, as I was telling Reggie, in boxing, I want you to name somebody who manhandled Dillian Whyte. Don't Reggie is at Troy. Don't have Jamaican delusions for Dillian Whyte. I'm simply asking you. Okay, let's keep this on a boxing level here, Reggie. Let's see if you can do that. Break down to me how Fury will wash Dillian Whyte, because those are your words. How will he wash him? I mean, is he going to use a rag? I mean, what's he going to do? Why is he washing? Why is he washing another young man anyway? But go ahead, man. I know what you mean. I'm just being facetious now. Go ahead, how, and explain why you believe that Fury could just come in the ring and walk over White. Break that down so it can forever be broken. In boxing, he didn't wash. He didn't wash White. Well, he knocked out White, yes, but the previous round he was getting knocked down and beat, and the fight was very competitive. So I don't know which. I don't know if you don't understand what it means to wash somebody. It means to walk over them. Povetkin never walked over White. Pure Soul Central. I hope I got that right. What's up, man? What's up, man? If anybody wants to jump on here, I'll drop the link again, even though it's in the chat. Just scroll up. Hold on, y'all. I don't want you in your ear. But yeah, the link is in the chat, but I'll go ahead and drop it again. If you all are bold enough to come and have a real debate, and all that, right? I doubt it. And come on through. And yes, the reason you hear my mouth moving like that is because I'm eating the fish head. Red snapper fish head, man. It was fried real nice for me. It was really brown. It was fried real nice. But I keep hearing that this dude is just gonna walk in the ring and remember Oscar Rivas dropping the PED, taking Whyte. Remember 40-year-old Robert Helena's giving Dillian Whyte issues. I remember this. I remember Oscar Rivas losing that fight, and I remember Oscar Rivas is now champion. I remember Oscar Rivas has never been beat by anybody else but Dillian Whyte. Those are facts. Okay? Now, I remember Robert Helenas. You know why I remember Robert Helenas? Because that's when he was coming off his suspension for whatever, when he thought, when he should have never been suspended in the first place because he was cleared and he was depressed and he was like 273 and he still beat Robert Helenas, who went on to beat Andy Kavanowski twice, who was this upcoming knockout artist and all that. He beat Andy twice in Andy's own backyard. Them's the facts about Robert Helenas. So the fact that you brought up the fact that you brought up Oscar Rivas does not hurt Dillian Whyte. It helps him because Rivas is now a Bridgerweight champion and has only lost to one man. And Helenas hasn't lost since he's lost to Whyte, and he's beaten Andy Kaznowski. So those are two good wins under his belt. You got to come better than that, brother. And is there anyone else? Is there anyone else? You understand? Come on now. Don't let me get my my spark, Achilles mode over here. You don't come to me with some nonsense about Rivas and PEDs, not knowing that Rivas is a good win on his record. Who else has beat Rivas? Who? Rivas is what? A champion now. Who else has beat Helenas? Nobody. They're two good wins for him. See what I'm saying? Dylan's gonna get absolutely destroyed if he turns up. Volts, UK. Are you from the UK, boy? You from the UK? Hey, break that down for me. There goes the link right there. Break down how Dillian's gonna get totally destroyed by this man who's damaged goods. Tyson, y'all don't realize Tyson Fury is more smoke and mirrors than anything else. There's very little authenticity about Tyson Fury. He's a lot more smoke and mirrors, though. That's why y'all can only come with catchphrases. You can never break down a fight. I got the link right there. If you could do more than catchphrasing and break down the fight, please jump on. Please, because I would love it. Call me the butcher, because I'm going to slice you up. Call me the butcher. Rivas went to Bridgerweight and got dogged by a 175 pounder. Rivas went to Bridgerweight and became the champion. Fact. Okay? Achilles, Troy, right. Volts, UK, facts, Reggie. So he went to Bridgerweight and fought a 175 pounder, yet he's still champion? He's still champion, no Volts and Reggie? Tell me who the 100, what is 175, what is 176 pounder in the first place? I know about 175 pound fighters, but I don't know nothing about 176 pound fighters. So tell me how a guy that fights at right between cruiserweight and heavyweight, who's their first champion, right? Fought a guy that's at 176 who doesn't even belong there, and then wins. And then you all can't even name the guy that he fought. Go ahead and Google it for me. Go ahead and Google it because I'm going to Google it too and check his weight. Since you said it's facts, Volts UK. Once you give me the name, I'm going to check his weight. You better hope he's 176. Pure Soul Central. He says, I'm in a bit of a Whyte hater right now. I'm in a carrier with a Whyte fan. But out of respect to you, Troy, I will not comment on the matter. Go ahead and comment on the matter, man. I'm asking for it and give it to me. You don't got to spoon feed. You don't have to spoon feed it to me, baby. Give it to me right now. No chaser. I'm all right. Revis Bridgerweight win was like Josh Taylor's robbery of Jack. Jack. Okay, okay. You know what? I saw the fight. I did. But I tell you what, the man is champion. I don't see where he was robbed at all. The guy that lost. I don't. Uh, I, I don't recall the audience booing. I don't recall the audience booing. I don't recall there being a big outcry. Oh, it was a robbery and come on, Reggie. You a dude that's supposed to like facts. Bring me some facts, man. Bring me some facts, man. It's like you came. Why you bring a butter knife to a sword fight? Huh? You didn't know that I'm a master swordsman? Huh? I'll swing the Excalibur. Yeah. Yeah, man. You know that? Yeah, man. That mic on my arm is off limits. Povetkin sent Whyte to another planet. It was epic. Volts. Y'all still ain't give me the name of the 176 pounder. Why you still talking? You see what I'm saying? Yes, he knocked him out. And what happened in the rematch, which was the more current fight? Hello. What happened in the rematch is a real fighter because he avenges his loss. He avenges. Troy, your easy work. You can't defend Dillian Whyte. Reggie, it's easy to talk. It's easy to stay in the chat room and tell someone that they easy work. But when you ask, even now when I'm asking you simple questions, you can't give me an answer. You deflect and go someplace else. So listen to me. I am not just a teacher. I am the founder of the university. You came into my school, okay? Because you wanted a job as a professor. Well, professor, it's time for you to earn your position. Step up and earn it. Okay? If talk is cheap, then commenting is just it serves no purpose. You know what they say? Talk is cheap, mother. But all you doing is commenting. Come on, baby. I'm such easy work. Prove me right. Prove me wrong. Then a lot of people say, "Oh, you easy work. You know, you easy work. You this, you that." But yet I'm still here. And I just add that every time someone says that, I just add that brick to the Troy Graham Experience Foundation, and it gets larger and larger every day. Understand me? You didn't know that you were standing on a foundation, did you, Reggie? Yeah, he's standing on a foundation. This is the Troy Graham Experience Foundation. I told you, I'm not just a I'm not just a headmaster here and the founder and the president, right? I'm building something massive and incredible. When I'm no longer even known to this world and I've turned to dust, my foundation will survive and they'll be like, man, this dude was a great dude, man. He said Dillian Whyte would be undisputed. He was undisputed. Everybody said, man, you crazy, you a fanboy. But look what happened. Look what happened, huh? Look what happened. Because honestly, hold on. Before all of you that's rooting for Tyson Fury right now, I can guarantee you, and none of you were rooting for him when he first fought Wilder. You thought Wilder was gonna, let me use Reggie's words, wash him. That he was coming off of depression, the drug addict. He was gained weight. Never thought in a million years that he would step up and get a draw with Wilder. You thought Wilder was gonna go in there, drop that Alabama hammer, fight over, but it didn't work like that, did it? No. All of y'all were like, this is gonna be easy work for Wilder. Fight 2, Wilder's the one getting manhandled, thrown around. Right, right. Fight 3, Wilder ends up on his face. So when did y'all Wilder fans all of a sudden now become these rabid Tyson Fury fans? And that tells you the ass beating that he gave to your man and your fandom and your fanhood, I should say, that he beat your man so bad that you came across the street to him. Damn shame. I have a feeling that Whyte is gonna KO Fury. Whyte does have decent boxing skills. Whyte has a good jab, and he understands distance. What he does wrong a lot is that his footwork is sometimes sloppy, and he keeps throwing that crazy overhand right instead of a straight right. If he could tighten up and just throw a straight right, especially to the body, there's nothing that Fury can do for him. There's nothing that Fury can do with him. Nothing. You hear me? Nothing. But you got to be mindful when he throws that crazy overhand right. Maybe he'll catch him from a blind side or something. But he got to be careful with that punch. Now, as far as his money punch, his left hook, if he catches Whyte to the body with that, let me tell you something. I would aim that shot consistently to his body. I would aim that shot to Fury's body the whole fight. Left hook to the body, left hook to the body, left hook to the body. Just keep it. And if he tries to block you with his arms, blow his arms up. Blow him up. Right? Oh, we have one brave soul. Let's see what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Rolling with the punches.
Yeah, no,
How
you
you
got me
be?
trying to argue with you, man?
How you
I
be,
ain't trying to
man?
argue with Achilles Troy, man. No. All I'm just saying is this. No, honestly, man, like I've always thought Fury was gonna win that first fight with Wilder, man. I mean, I really did and shit. I thought it was gonna be a very close one, but I thought he had all the skills because I thought since he like beat Klitschko, I kind of like just like keep an eye on Fury basically. Like, here in the bottom, I wasn't like a diehard fan even back when he beat Klitschko. Just in recent years, I started really respecting him. I'm not a diehard fan either right now and shit either.
No?
I don't think I ever be a diehard fan for anybody, man. They get my damn
No,
nerves
no.
too
So
much. You know
you
what I
don't
mean?
have a dog in the fight, right?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I mean, shit. Yeah, I'm going for Fury. I think Fury's gonna win for sure.
Yeah. So how
You
do
know what
I
I mean?
sound? There's no feedback or anything while we're talking, right? Is there any feedback?
Let me talk real quick. Hold on. There
Yeah, I
was,
just
now
want to
no
make sure.
more. Cool.
Okay, what's up, Smoke?
Yep, it sounds good now.
What up? What up? What
Let me.
up?
Yeah, smoke.
Oh, look at you!
Smoke
You
who?
came from behind the curtain, got your head out the sand, and got that microphone fixed, huh?
Well, I finally just got my laptop repaired, and then
Hell yeah.
I've had a birthday. I've been kind of busy, so
I tell you what, man.
yeah.
I tell you what, Smoke. Bless up, man. Bless up to your longevity. Hope you had a good time on your birthday and all that. Glad
I
to see
did
you still around.
220.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So bless up. I'm glad you're still
Congratulations, man.
around. Yeah, man. Smoke's a whole 25
That,
plus 26,
25
right?
plus 26. That's me. Yep.
Yeah. So bless up on
Ooh,
that, man.
that's what's up, man.
Now since you stepped up, go ahead and give your prediction on the Whyte Fury fight. Entertain, please.
So what are the funniest thing? First off, Dillian Whyte sucks, and I'm glad that finally we get to see your made man look really, really bad. I don't think that there's like anything he can do. Like even like a puncher's chance, I guess. Right? I mean, I get like all right. So we could see the worst Fury that we've ever seen, and we could see the best Whyte. And I guess that could always happen, right? You can never know what happens on the night. But yeah, Dillian Whyte's horrible. I don't think that he is going to. I think it'll be very hard for him to win a round.
And why is that?
Because he can't fight. Like unless you're a smaller dude and really nice like Joseph Parker, he's not going to be able to outmaneuver you. He couldn't even do that to Oscar Rivas, right? Yeah, his jab that he has developed, and I actually like the fact that he's developed his boxing skills. He's trying to do everything behind the jab. And he has a deceptively long reach. It's not long enough to get with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is not the biggest puncher, but he can thud. And Dillian Whyte does not have really a great chin. I think he's going to be outweighed by something like 30 or 40 pounds or something. The height, the reach, the skill, there's just nothing. Like, I don't even think he's rough enough to go in and make it rough for Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury just hangs on him, and I think Tyson Fury's stamina and his tank is better also. So, yeah, no, I just don't. I don't see it. I think the dude's gonna have to have the flu or something. I don't know. I don't know what Dillian Whyte's gonna do. Dillian Whyte is gonna be, I think, an embarrassing beatdown.
Well, thank you for that very objective.
No, Dillian Whyte sucks. Your dude, the guy you've been pumping.
Okay, I got you, Smoke. I got you. let me speak now. It is a Troy Graham.
I just wanted to make sure that you understood that it was your guy that sucks, right? That's it.
Smoke. Let me go ahead and let me go ahead and let me go ahead and rebuttal you. Let me say this, right? Now, you said that he doesn't have a chin. I believe this is his 30th fight. He's only been stopped twice by some guy named Anthony Joshua and another guy named Povetkin, who's a pretty damn good fighter, right? So, no, Smoke. No, you don't get to speak now. You don't get to speak. You had your chance to speak. No. So, in 30 fights, he's been stopped twice. As I stated, a lot of these cats are not separated by a whole bunch of skills and all that, because Fury has been down a total of 5 times in his career, right? One, he got dropped by a cruiserweight, and the other 4 came from Wilder, right? Who he knocked out. So I don't see where this great skill difference, I should say, is. I don't see the difference in skill that much when it comes to either man. As far as his this great boxing skill I keep hearing about Fury having, he can box in this era. Sure, he was great in this era. Sure. Great boxer overall? No. He only looks good against guys who can't box, which are Wilder and no. Boxing, nope. Nope. Smoke, nope. He looks great against guys. No, Smoke. I'm gonna put you on mute my damn self. No, he looks great against Wilder. Can't box. He looks great against Jake Chisora. Can't box. When he fought Klitschko, he didn't look great. He had to make it ugly. When he fought Steve Cunningham, he didn't look good at all. And those are the only 4 guys that he's fought that we actually know. The only 4 guys on his resume of note were Steve Cunningham, Klitschko, Derek Chisora, and Wilder. And there's nobody else on his resume that
you do know that they have a common opponent, right?
Smoke. So, but that being said, I'm going to give you my breakdown of why I'm picking Whyte. Again, the man's a determined man, and I believe in him. I believe that he's a good listener, and he will be very focused for this fight. Right? Nothing tells me he's going to come in overweight or out of shape. I believe he's going to be focused for this fight, and his name is the Body Snatcher. And we all know that Fury can't take them shots to the body. So I see him leaving the ring somewhere in the 8th round because of body shots. Boxing Lounge Temper. Jump in here, man. It's good to see you.
What's good, Troy? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I think Dylan's best chance is probably to go after that scar tissue. The scar tissue that Fury's got, was it Walling that opened up?
You mean around the eye?
Yeah.
I would say work the body.
No, I'm I get that, but to have that as the only tactic, I think, maybe a little bit short-sighted.
Yeah. So if I can just jump it, so I think that out of your analysis, of your analysis, I think you neglected to mention the fact that they have a common opponent in Derek Chisora. And if you wanted to, like, those are two very different fights. And I think they even caught guys at different parts of his career. I think that Fury fought a much better version of Derek Chisora than Whyte did. And I think Fury had way better success against him than Dillian Whyte. And I think really that Whyte the Fury versus Chisora is kind of how this one will play out, but just a lot more extreme. Like you were saying, Tyson Fury looks good against guys who can't box. And I would put Dillian Whyte firmly in the category of someone who can't box. I think his boxing skills have improved with his coach change, but like the guy, I think his best aspects is brawling and having you catching you. As far as a body snatcher goes, he did not snatch Povetkin's body. He didn't snatch Oscar Rivas's body. He didn't Maurice Walk. He didn't snatch that body. I don't understand like how all of a sudden this dude. I agree with you that Fury, if you're going to hit him somewhere, it would be in the body. But it's not like Dillian Whyte has this dedicated body attack like Errol Spence. Like he hits you with a couple of shots there. That's about it. Like maybe those shots will be so powerful that he drops them or knocks the wind out or not. Whatever. I don't think that Dillian Whyte hits as hard as Wilder does. And he was wailing the hell out of Fury's body. And I think that certainly played into the knockdowns that Wilder got, but he didn't knock him down with a body shot.
Well, I'm going to jump in here, right? Give me a second. I'm chewing on an eyeball. But as I was saying, let me say this, right? So if I get your logic right, you're saying that when Tyson Fury fought Derek Chisora, who back then was the younger version of Derek Chisora, a reckless young man who was known for his temper and just being very reckless, that was a better version of the calmer spiritual man that we see now who fought Whyte in the second fight. He was very calm and in the best shape of his life, as he quoted, and he was with David Hay at the time for the first time. He was in the best shape of his life, and on so many different levels. This is Derek saying that. He said, physically, I'm in the best shape of my life. Spiritually, I'm in the best shape of my life, and I'm very focused, and I'm ready to win this fight. If the man is saying that he's in the best shape of his life, and he puts on one hell of a fight, how do you explain saying that back when he was younger and reckless and drinking and carrying on and doing all the things he was doing, that he was the better fighter back then?
Oh, yeah, easy.
Huh?
I'll tell you how. Because back then he did not get tired, and he gassed out in both of those Dillian Whyte fights. Like I don't know what you're talking about when you're talking like drinking and all that stuff. Like that is when he was fighting for titles against.
He gassed out in the Fury fight. He gassed out in the Hay fight.
I'm answering your question. Like that is back when he was fighting the likes of the Vitaly Klitschko's, when he was actually fighting for titles. That's when that was really the pinnacle of his career, was back then. Now he's a shell of himself. He can say whatever he wants in order to get paydays. But we also see what he does in the ring. The dude, he's a rough guy, sure, but he's lost several steps. I don't know what you saw in that Takam fight, but that looked like elder abuse for most of the fight. He just happened to land a punch on Takam and knock him out. But he was getting his ass handed to him for that entire fight. He was several years.
Allow me to grab the steering wheel from you real quick. Smoke. Allow me to grab the steering wheel because you're gonna take it all over the place. We were talking about Whyte versus
you asked me Chisora.
Hold on, Whyte. We were talking about Whyte versus Derek Chisora.
Yes.
As it compared to Fury versus Derek Chisora. We weren't talking about anything else. Okay. You were throwing in other fights that did not concern what we were talking about.
You asked me how do I say that?
No. I did not ask you anything. What I said to you was this: How do you go about saying Derek, who was the younger version of Derek, who was reckless back then, right? Reckless and wasn't always in shape.
Yeah,
as
versus the
compared
guy
to
that
the
Dillian
man
Whyte
who was
fought.
in great shape. This is what the man said out of his mouth. He's never been in this shape spiritually. He's never been in this shape physically. He feels
Awesome.
great.
Correct.
This is
He
the
hasn't.
man who fought
He hasn't
White
been an
the
old man.
second time.
You're
So
correct.
how is
He-
that version?
I
How was
just
that
told you.
version of Derek Chisora? How was that version of Derek Chisora, who was in the best shape of his life on so many levels, weaker than the version that fought Fury? How?
Because he's an old man now. So what you're talking about is what he's saying, and what I'm talking about is what we're seeing. They've got what we saw in the ring. Why I brought up Takam was because he fought Dillian Whyte after that Takam fight, right? And we also saw him gas horribly. Like he can say whatever kind of shape he hasn't been in this kind of shape in his whole life because he's been this old in his whole life. He may feel great in like round 1 through round
I'm
3,
going to
but he
grab the
almost got
mic out
cut.
your hand. I'm going to grab the mic out your hand again, a la, a la my man, David Ruffin style. We're talking about, first of all, the main topic here is Fury versus White, and then we got into,
They have a common
well,
opponent,
you brought it up that they have a common opponent.
and they also have a similar fighting
What
style.
I'm saying to you is that the last time that Dillian fought Derek was in the best place in his life. He said it out his
He,
own mouth. He
that's
he was
fine.
physic he was phys- Let me finish. Physically, he was in great shape. Spiritually, he was in great shape,
Oh
and
my
he was
god.
clean and he was
Okay.
focused.
So
Now
what?
the
He gassed.
now the younger version that
And he
fought
gassed.
Tyson gassed out. He
No,
was
he did not.
gassed out.
He
He
did not
said,
gas out against Tyson Fury.
yes, he did
Oh
gas
my
out,
god.
and he
Oh,
was
he was
TKO'd. He was TKO'd by a southpaw version of Tyson Fury.
correct. That
Boxing
doesn't mean
Lounge,
it wasn't
am I
because he
right
gassed
about
out,
that?
but it wasn't because
Boxing
he gassed
Lounge.
Yeah,
out.
but he was, but he was battered by Fury.
Exactly. He's completely battered, and the reason why he
This
got
is
stopped is because his corner didn't want to see him get knocked out. That's why they stopped it. His corner stopped it. He didn't come out, and the dude was pressing the action the entire time. He was just getting his ass whooped the entire time. He was pressing the action. He was also pressing the action against Dillian Whyte. I'm not saying that he wasn't. I'm just saying that the guy, for what you were saying about him being in the best shape of his life and all that stuff, he almost got stopped in the first round
He
against it.
said that. He said that.
Great.
I was talking
So
about.
I understand. You keep saying that like it's the truth just because he said it.
It's the man himself saying it.
Great.
It's not Troy
Great.
Graham saying it.
That doesn't mean
It's
that
the
that's
man himself.
and does that mean it's the truth because he said it?
Must
I
be.
understand it's the
Yes,
man himself. I understand that he said it.
because he's
Like no
speaking
matter
about himself. How
correct.
do you
Does that mean that it's
how do
true?
you take that away from the man? He's telling you that he's
Because
in
he's
the best
telling
shape
you
of his
a fight.
life,
Because
and you
every
telling
single
him that he's
fighter
not in
says
the
this.
best shape of his life.
Because every fighter says this.
No,
You just sound a bit like a
Every fighter says is
that's not
best
Wilder
true.
camp of
there,
my life, the best
Troy.
shape of my life. Like what is that? That doesn't mean anything.
Speak it, believe it, receive it.
That's not true. Every fighter does not say that.
Oh my god, dude! Like
Every
really?
fighter
Like
does not say that.
okay, how many?
But
What
but
fighter doesn't say? What fighter doesn't say that this is the best shape they've been in their whole life? Especially if they've
Tyson
been.
Fury,
They've
when he
been
came into Tyson
okay.
Fury comes to ring a lot of time. I don't hear him say that I'm in the best shape of my life.
Okay, then
I
listen
think he
again.
said it before the
Okay,
Klitschko
thank
fight.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yes, it does. And not only that, and not only that, especially fighters who have had a long career, right? Like old ass Chisora now, he's going to continue to sell you a ticket how great a shape he's in and how great a camp he's at.
I haven't heard him say that in a long time. But anyway,
You just said he's okay.
um, boxing lounge from England. Right? How is it over there right now with the Fury Tyson, with the Fury White fight? I heard it sold out in minutes, man. So tell us the seating over there. Was it 90 seater that sold out, or how?
Well, they've applied for an extra. I think it's either extra 10 or 20,000. They're going for 100,000 capacity. That's what they want. But I don't know if they've actually been given the green light on that yet.
All right, and it's amazing how no American heavyweight can actually sell out like that, and no American heavyweight can sell out a 90 seater. Wow,
Yeah.
that tells you the power of the British heavyweight. Thank you.
Yeah. Two British guys.
Now let's all be honest. If you take away White from the promotions and just park someone in there like say a Joseph Parker or Derek Chisora or who the hell else is out there? Right? Does it sell like that?
No.
Who is it?
Because we've already had Parker over here against AJ, and I think that might have, was that a stadium fight? Or was it a smaller venue? I can't remember.
What'd you say?
When AJ fought Parker, I can't remember if that
Right.
was a
But that's
stadium
AJ
fight.
though. No. That's no. We talking about just
That
Whyte. Yeah, just Whyte plugged in with
Are you talking
anybody
about
else. Doesn't
domestic?
sound like
Are
that.
you talking about domestic level? You trying to compare the?
I'm sorry. If you plug Fury in with anybody else besides Whyte, does it sound like that over there?
No.
Thank you very much. And why is that, by the way?
Well, you got to look at the history of. I think Carl Froch against George Groves was the first sort of big stadium fight that sort of relit the fire of that actually happening. So because that was so successful, then AJ started doing it, and it just seemed to be the way forward. If that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Now they're maxing out the stadium. But I think Wembley is the biggest stadium.
What you're saying, Boxing Lounge, is that Fury, who comes off saying that he's a big ticket draw and he's a massive seller, is not what he claims to be. That he needs a dance partner, huh?
Well, you can't box by yourself, can you?
Let me break that comment down to you, right? Mike Tyson fought a guy by the name of Peter McNeely. Mike Tyson fought another unknown guy, and all those fights sold. So yeah, in a sense, if you were big enough and built right, you can actually dance by yourself, there, brother. You can.
So
you can.
if you take it right, so like of boxers who have like transcended boxing, right? Mike Tyson would definitely be on that list. Like to actually compare his sales to anybody else's sales, like comparing to Muhammad Ali. Like there's only like Floyd Mayweather. Like there's a very select few of people who are able to do that. Even Floyd Mayweather's best things and had dance partners. Like
yeah, Floyd could never do what Tyson does because he needed people that had a country behind him. He never sold without someone with a built-in fan base behind him.
Right.
He never did.
That's pretty much the way it goes. Like the only person who sold more than Floyd Mayweather was Muhammad Ali, and that was against George Foreman. Like it's still forever ago.
Before we go off into someplace I don't want to go into, my whole point is, Dillian Whyte is a very important piece of this fight. For those people saying that he's a nobody, he don't deserve this fight, obviously those tickets selling out in minutes proves you wrong.
Not really if they're going to secondhand sellers. Like, it's an old trick. And depending on, like, the UK also, like, they promote stuff like how fast the fight sold out and how many people bought tickets and stuff like that. I don't know, man. That's promoter game to me. That's just like marketing stuff. Like a bunch of secondary ticket sellers buying tickets in seconds. Okay, cool. It's a hot ticket. I'm not saying like
Boxing Lounge.
It's a big fight.
Yeah, it's a big fight.
Hold on a second.
Massive fight, actually.
Yeah.
You can feel free to step up in here, Volts UK. The link is in the chat room. You don't have to talk from the sidelines. Rolling with the punches, man. You've been quiet, man. What's up?
Okay.
Shit, man. Fucking the cookie kicked in and shit, man. No, seriously though. No, I've been listening to you guys, man. It's good. It's good banter, man. You hear you guys go back and forth and shit like that. So that's cool. I mean, I'll step in and shit, when I feel it's necessary. I also want to step in a couple of times, but you guys, I guess it was good discussion going on. So I don't like breaking that shit, but I always get around to it though. But like I just did there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, man, Tyson Fury and shit, like him, Whyte. I think Tyson fighting Wilder the second fight really and that's just what wasn't that that's just like his last fight and shit, man. So I feel like Tyson he's improved and he's only gonna keep improving. He's still young too. I don't think he's only like 30 years old. And I don't want to go too far off with that shit either though. But I think as far as so he'll be able to push forward with Whyte. I think he'll try to I think he'll try to knock out Whyte, man. So yeah. You know?
And you know
Getting
what?
knocked
That's a
pretty
good
quick though.
segue into can he knock out White? Go ahead, Boxing Lounge from the UK, and then Boxing and Smoke. You could jump in after that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
step away for a second.
Yeah, I think he can knock out White, but I think it'll be a stoppage, as in White will be stopped on his feet rather than being knocked out.
Right.
I think
TKO.
White's got enough. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
he's got enough defense to keep his hands up, but just to take enough punishment, but not too much. Do you know what I mean? But enough for the fight to be stopped.
So the reason why I said I don't think that White. Well, I already said White can't fight, but the reason why I said I don't think he has a chin was like AJ, like he has good power, but AJ does not typically. I don't think he separated anybody from his senses, or just Dillian Whyte. Like Dillian Whyte looked like he was about to choke on his mouth, his gum shield. Like the ref saved his life, low key. And Povetkin, the dude looked like he got assassinated in that one, but Povetkin's got some pretty good power. But Joseph Parker, that guy doesn't knock out people. Like he dropped Whyte. Like Rivas dropped Whyte. Like dude, I feel like, and those people aren't particularly big, and they're not particularly big punchers. I think the height, the weight, the reach, and the gas tank all culminate into probably the night ending early for Dillian Whyte.
Yeah, I think White probably going to come into this fight about 20 pounds too heavy, because he looks too bloated. He's too heavy, I think, for his frame.
Yeah, I
Who you
mean,
talking
He
about,
misses
White?
shots. It costs him so much energy, just to reset.
a lot of his success was predicated on him being able to bully a guy, or him being like either the bigger guy or at least as big as the guy. Yeah, I just don't see this thing happen. Like with the Jarek Chisora stoppage, like Chisora was got deducted points and was still up on the scorecards in that fight. Like, and Chisora's like dirty as hell. I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Like, unless it's something like Teofimo Lopez, where we see the worst version of this dude ever, and he doesn't have any kind of game plan outside of I'm just going to walk in and try to knock him out. But anyway, he also has a better corner than that. Like, there's just no. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it happening for Whyte. Sorry.
You don't see what exactly, Smoke?
I don't see Whyte coming out of there. I don't see him making the final bell, and I don't see him getting his hand raised in victory.
I got you, man. I don't see Fury getting his hand raised in victory either. I see him getting carried out of there, but I don't see him getting his hand raised in victory. Now,
make
personally,
a prediction then, Troy.
He just did. That's his prediction.
Just did.
No, but okay,
somewhere around the 7th to 8th round. Somewhere around the 7th to 8th round, that constant body attack. Which, if he's smart, that's what he will do. He'll wear his body out. He'll wear his arms out. Wear his hips out. I would tell him, if you can't hit him in the body or play, hit him in the hips. Hit him on the arms. Georgie Benton used to tell his fighters that. Blow up them hips. If you constantly fire to a man's hips, he can't move. Right?
And you've seen Whyte do that when?
Right? Say that again?
You've seen Whyte do that when? Like, first off, his trainer is like more of a...
see, there I go. Smoke. It's called having a fight plan, because, we didn't see Whyte knocking out Derek Chisora neither. But he did, right?
Who didn't see that? Like, you could see that could happen. Right?
No. When he came into the ring, you didn't see him knocking him out like that and leaving them unconscious on the canvas, did you?
Oh, okay. Since I remembered Carlos Takam fight earlier, and I was surprised that Carlos Takam didn't knock out Derek Chisora. Sure, I thought he was like that wasn't a big surprise to me. For some reason you have Derek Chisora in some place that I don't think he deserves
just like
to be.
With Tyson Fury. You didn't see Tyson Fury manhandling Wilder in the second fight. You didn't see him knocking him out, leaving him on his face. But also that was the worst version of Deontay Wilder we've ever seen in his entire career. So you have which one? The second fight or the third fight?
The one you just referenced. You just said the second fight.
The second fight. How about the third fight? which was
The
the last
third
fight.
fight wasn't the worst. That was all right. He dropped him a couple times. He was dedicated by like he
No, he
wasn't.
didn't
No,
drop him a
he was
couple of times.
definitely
He
in that
left him
fight.
on his
Yeah,
face.
he was
left
in
him on
that
his
fight
face.
until he gassed out and all that stuff. Like it was a whole bunch. Like it was a pretty good fight. He didn't make the necessary adjustments to beat Fury, but I don't need. But maybe Fury is just
When
better
has
than
he
that
ever
dude.
made adjustments in any fight?
Okay. Anyway, the point being, if we can talk about Whyte versus Fury, unless you want to talk about Wilder, we can talk. I'm not trying to do that.
No,
I'm just
we
trying
gonna
to.
stick to Fury versus White, and why I believe that
Okay, right.
he leaves there in the 8th round, somewhere between the 7th and 8th round. He's getting carried out of that fight.
Well, like you're saying, game plan, right? So to me, game plan is a function of the boxing IQ and also the acumen of your corner, not the fighter and the corner. What Dillian Whyte has, what he has been developing is his boxing skills. He was a brawler, and now he is more of like working behind the jab, trying to counter you. Like he had Chisora walk onto something, that left hook that dropped him, right? That dropped him late. Like he had him hurt early, and he made the conscious decision that he was going to box him and not just jump on him. And I think that idea bit him in the butt when he fought Povetkin the first time. When he had Povetkin, he didn't just go in and try to annihilate him. He tried to box him and wound up get anyway. Was once again separated from his senses. But even in the rematch, he didn't go back to that like bull in the china shop and just blow over Povetkin. Yeah, I just don't. I don't. I don't know, man. I think that the corner isn't the kind of like that Canelo just hit him wherever, or Georgie Benton. That's not the way that they fight. They're like a little bit more European, amateurish, like clean boxing. Like I don't know. I like to see it because I like to see development in a fighter, but I just don't see how either thing, even if he was a rough guy or a clean boxer, how that's going to overcome the many deficiencies he has against Tyson Fury.
Go ahead, Boxing Lounge.
I'm just actually looking at the ticket prices. No, I think Dillian will be dangerous the first 3 rounds. No, that's about it.
Go on mute, Roland. Go on mute because we can hear your conversation.
No, I was gonna say something about the actual fight.
Oh, okay, go ahead then.
But
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut off. Lounge. No, I'm saying, man, I mean, you're right, Troy. Don't get me wrong. And shit like Whyte definitely has what like they always say, for one, they're heavyweights, But I mean, Whyte definitely has some, what it takes to knock out to fucking even. I mean, I can see. Wilder put down Fury. I mean, why couldn't Whyte put him down, but to the point where he couldn't get up? You know what I mean? So I mean, shit, man. Like that could very well happen. He could be. So I mean, I ain't gonna put it past it. But like I said, I'm just picking Fury on. But yep, that's all I'm saying.
I tell you what I saw. Well, I tell you what I see when I look at Fury at this point. He's a man that has won his last 3 fights. Well, 2 fights he was given a draw, but he earned them the hard way. He took some punishment in those fights, even though he won all of them by TKO and then by savage knockout. Right, leaving someone on their face is a savage way to end the fight. So that being said, he took some punches in that fight, man, to the point where his whole body rippled like an ocean in motion. He took that and he looked shocked and he got up. The first fight he got dropped twice. He looked very surprised. He got up. He took a lot of punches, but in the long run, he got up because the guy that he was fighting was more damaged than he was. And that's the only reason why he was able to get up. He's not fighting a damaged fighter here. He's fighting a man who's actually been able to rest and train now for a few months. He's in Portugal. Well, I don't know if he's still in Portugal at the moment. He's been away from everything. He's been quiet. He's been training, and he's going to come out here with what's called a very silent, focused rage. And I truly believe he's going to TKO Tyson Fury. And if If Usyk beats Joshua, he knocks out Usyk. If Joshua beats Usyk and his mind is right, he beats White.
You mean he beats AJ?
Right. Okay. Listen. If
He
Joshua,
beats
if
himself
Joshua
up.
beats Usyk,
Funny
if
as fuck.
Joshua beats Usyk, then Joshua will beat White when they fight for undisputed.
Okay,
But
all right. So
If Usyk beats Joshua, then White will knock Usyk out.
okay, so I just wanted to. You went back to Fury's last fights, like so. Fury's last 3 fights, like Wilder only it was Wilder twice and like Otto Wallin, right? But if you go through the amount of damage, like yes, Fury didn't get dropped in the Otto Wallin fight. He didn't get dropped. He took almost no damage in the second Wilder fight. It was the damage that he took was in the last fight. You have to go back like 5 fights to get to the first one, right? But you don't have to go back very far to see White get knocked out. So I'm not quite sure like how you have to do all this
Which
calculation for.
you said 5 fights. Name those 5 fights you're talking about. You have to go back 5 fights. Name the 5 fights because
I said to
I
the
only
first.
see
Okay,
I only see the 3 Wilder fights. Then I see the
Otto
Wallin
Wallin
fight.
and Tom
That's
Schwartz.
4.
No,
Who?
Tom Schwartz.
Who?
You forgot Tom Schwartz.
Who?
Tom Schwartz.
Exactly. Who the hell is that? Right.
It's one of the guys. The reason why you have to go back 5 fights.
And in that fight with Wallin, he got his eye busted up real bad. So somebody did take some punishment in that fight.
Well, definitely. But I'm just saying that you have to go back like 4. You don't have to go back 4 fights to see White getting knocked out.
Which
you go back
actually,
3 fights. Yeah, if you go back, like if you look at White's last fights, right? So the Povetkin rematch, pretty good. The Povetkin first fight, he was doing well in that fight. But then he got knocked out. The Otto Wallin, he came in overweight. He looked like crap. In the Rivas
he didn't
fight,
fight Wallin. He didn't fight Wallin.
I mean Vach, sorry, Marius Vach.
Yeah, he was coming off with depression and all of that. Yeah,
in the Wach fight, he came in sloppy, overweight. That was a horrible.
273 and nasty, right?
Yeah, and it was a horrible performance. But before that, he fought Rivas, and Rivas dropped him in that fight, and that was a rough fight for him. Like, and the ref wouldn't even let him fight on the corner. Anyway, I'm just saying that.
What was the outcome of that fight, Smoke?
But I mean, we're talking about the punishment, not the outcome. Because if you want to talk about the outcomes, the outcome is Fury won all of those fights. Like the outcome for White is he did not win all those fights.
Okay, a fighter being dropped one time is not really punishment, Smoke.
What about being dropped one time and then getting knocked out another time? And then no.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because that knockout was not punishment. He was put to sleep. Which means his body is what? Relaxed.
I don't want to. Listen,
his body is relaxed. He wasn't taking any punishment. He was not taking any punishment. Listen to me. Okay. Listen to me. He wasn't taking any punishment in that Povetkin fight, the first fight, before he got knocked out and put to sleep. And as we all know, when you're asleep, that's not punishment. Your whole body is relaxed.
No, the punishment. He was already asleep. Okay? You're correct. You skipped over the punishment part. The punishment part.
There was no punishment. It was just a beautiful uppercut. There was no punishment. It was one punch.
I can tell you where it was. Correct.
It was one punch.
You got it.
One.
And the punishment.
That's not punishment.
You're correct.
Well, I would argue that.
Comes from when your brain.
Go ahead and argue. Hold on a second. Boxing Lounge. Go ahead and argue your point, man.
I would argue
one
that
punch
White
is not punishment.
But your brain rattling around in your skull. That's punishment.
What's the uppercut? What's the way his whole head reverbed from the?
I saw the fight more than once.
Impact. I'm telling you, I think he was concussed.
He was asleep. He was asleep.
But how did he
That's the definition of concussed. That's concussed.
He was asleep.
That's why you're.
Every fighter has their sweet spot, and he didn't see the punch coming.
Do you not understand that your brain is not supposed to rattle around in your head?
Now,
and when it does that, that's punishment.
Now, can just press the off button, didn't he?
Let me say this, right? I would much rather my fighter get knocked out in 1 round and go to sleep than take a 7-round ass kicking, because that is punishment, and it beats you up physically, it beats you up mentally, and it weighs on your emotions. Then you come back around in the second fight You get your ass beat up again, round after round after round. Then you see the outcome. You get knocked out. Being being knocked out and going to sleep is a good thing because you don't take any punishment. Your body is relaxed. Getting your ass kicked for a total of 19 rounds, that's what hurts your career.
Right. So you were just talking about levels of punishment, not whether or not one is punishment and one isn't. One is more punishment. But regardless, you're not supposed to get knocked out. If you get knocked out,
19 rounds of getting your ass beat is punishment.
You know what? Not fighting at all. You know what? I didn't take any punishment because I just watched it, right? So I was the person not taking any punishment. Both of those dudes were taking punishment because they were getting hit by punches, right? The issue isn't the point that you're trying to make is how much punishment are you taking and what does that mean moving forward, right? And I understand what you're saying. What you're saying is we're going to see in this next fight, we're going to see the toll of like the last like 5-6 fights on Tyson Fury. And I'm saying that is not a one-way street. It's not like Tyson Fury is out here getting punished while Whyte is in some cryo freeze. Whyte also has gone through a significant amount of damage in his last few fights, both self-inflicted.
He was not damaged in his last couple of fights. He was not.
Both self-inflicted. No, he was knocked out. That's the difference.
That's
one
not
guy was
damage.
knocked out and another guy was not. So let me ask you this.
He's not damaged.
Right. So do you think that there's like so you understand like that CTE is a thing, right? Like brain trauma is something that carries
about
on.
it. Stop it. Stop it. You know, I talk about it, on
okay, great.
On the show that I do in Ring 10,
great.
right?
So since you great. So you know that once you get knocked out the first time, it becomes increasingly easier for you to get knocked out in successive fights.
I also know when you take consistent shots to the head is worse.
I mean, again, you keep talking about worst case scenarios. I didn't say that Dillian Whyte is the worst case example, but Tyson Fury also is not the worst case example, right? Like, of course, they could be worse, but that's not the issue. The issue is whether or not these cumulative injuries could show up in this fight. And I think that both men have you can make an argument that both guys have enough kinds of accumulated injuries that it could show up in this fight.
Oh, okay. Listen, perfect example. You have Whyte and you have Wilder. Whyte is going to be fighting for a championship fight. Wilder is out here about to smoke or do whatever something to find the truth about life because he don't know whether he wants to come back or not. Sounds like a damaged dude to me. Okay.
I mean, right. So Wilder's had how many title fights? Like 12, and Dillian Whyte has had exactly 0.
In those 12 title fights, he didn't take any damage, but in the last 2 fights that he had, he got the hell beat out of him. Okay, so you could bring up the other
damage, but he's broken his arm and he's broken his arm in fights. He's broken his hand in fights. He's taken total damage in fights. Like he took damage in the Luis Ortiz fight both times.
That has nothing to do with there's nothing to do with the shots to your head. You can break your arm, you'll be fine.
We're talking about you're all over the place. Like now you just want to talk about shots to your head.
Hey,
took shots to your head also.
Let me ask
Go ahead, Roland. Go ahead, Roland.
All right. So, honest, serious question: who hits harder, Whyte or Wilder? Like, who do you think has a harder?
You know what?
Has more power.
You know what? Boxing Lounge. I'm gonna let you go first, and then Smoke you go, and I'll go last.
Yeah, Wilder hits harder.
Wilder.
Whyte. Allow me to explain that.
You just say you're Jamaican. We already know why.
No.
You're Jamaican.
Allow me to stop it. Allow me to factually explain that. Allow me to factually explain my comment. Whyte has stopped and dropped former champions in much better competition than Whyte has. Wilder has. That's why I'm saying that Whyte hits harder because most of Wilder's competition have been subpar at best, and he's knocked them out.
Not stopped unless he fought one former champion, he did not stop him.
Huh?
He fought one former champion, and he did not.
You don't even know the man's career. No, he didn't fight one former champion. He actually fought 2.
No, he didn't. He fought 1. Joseph Parker.
No, he fought 2. He fought a guy by the name of the White Wolf. That was the first former champion he fought.
Okay. Dillian Whyte has fought 1 former champion, and it was Joseph Parker. The White Wolf did not true.
You are absolutely 100% wrong again.
Parker,
former champion.
Yes.
No. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. He fought Parker.
Yes.
He fought he fought Povetkin. That's two
Povetkin was
former
not a champion.
champions.
He's a WBA regular.
Lucas Brown was a
Was
champion when he
also not a
fought
champion.
him.
The WBA regular.
Lucas Brown was a champion when he fought
Okay.
him.
All right.
He was
So
a champion when he
okay.
fought
So
him.
if
So that's
are
three
you saying
right
that
there.
Trevor Bryant is a
That's
champion?
three.
Are you saying that
That's
Trevor
three.
Bryant? Are you saying
Look it up, man. Look it up. All you gotta do is look it up.
I
All you
understand
got to
that both
do
of those guys
is look
had
it
the
up.
WBA regular. Those are
context.
not real belts.
Listen to me. Former champion is former champion.
Yeah, I know. That's Joseph
You
Parker.
can't take away the fact that,
Okay.
that Parker was a champion. You can't take away the fact that this guy here,
Listen, Lucas Brown and Povetkin
Povetkin
both
was a
had the
champion.
WBA regular.
You can't take away the fact that Lucas Brown was a champion when he fought him.
He was not a champion. And first off, that he didn't
Look
have
it
a belt
up
when they
real
fought.
quick. Can somebody go
Povetkin was
look
an
it up for
old
this man real quick,
an
please?
old ex-champion.
Oh, okay, so first off, the WBA regular is not a real title. Like, are you saying right now that that Trevor Bryant is a champion?
Trevor Bryan is a champion.
Okay, so in that case, then sure. Are you also saying that Tank Davis is a champion?
Tank Davis is a champion.
Okay, great, awesome.
Everyone's a champion.
Like if you count WBA regulars, cool. So for Deontay Wilder, he's fighting real champions, and what you're talking about is ceremonial intra-divisional, intra-sanctioning body belts.
These were real champions because their belts are real. They're real. I don't know what you're
IBL is
talking
a real
about.
belt too. There's a real belt. They're not a real champion. It's a real title.
You didn't even know that he fought the White Wolf, who was a former champion. You didn't even know that.
Again,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Again, because you're talking about some dude's nickname, who cares? The dude didn't have a real fucking belt, Troy. You can refer to him by his nickname all you want. He did not have the IBF world title. He did not have the WBC world title. He did not have any belts that other sanctioning bodies said was a belt.
Wilder didn't fight nobody that had a belt either.
Okay, then how did he get his belt?
He fought Stavern. That's the only person he fought that had a belt.
Correct. And you know what? And guess what he did? And guess what?
That's it.
You know what? That is a reigning champion. Something that Dillian Whyte has never done. Because Dillian Whyte has never actually...
He's never got a shot to do it. He's never got a shot. And now that he has his shot, he's going to knock out Fury and take that belt. And also, you also have to remember that your boy put out the video saying, I don't have to fight you for 3 years because, see, Wilder wasn't even a real champion. How are you going to tell a fighter that you're not going to fight him for 3 years?
Okay.
How are you going to do that? You know, what kind of a champion does that?
The kind of champion that says that I don't have to fight you.
In all the history of boxing, in all the history of boxing, I've never heard of a champion. I've never heard of a champion say to somebody else, "I'm not going to fight you because I don't have to." That just proves that you don't have no heart.
You still haven't heard
the heart of a great.
You still haven't heard it.
You have the heart of a great.
You just made that up.
I didn't make it up. It's on video.
No,
it's on video.
He didn't say, I won't fight you because I don't have to. He didn't say that.
He just made that up. I'm paraphrasing. He said, I will block you up for X amount of years. It doesn't matter the wording. The fact is, he's telling the man he won't fight him, and he didn't.
You're right.
And karma, and listen, karma is a real angry bee, and it came back around and landed him on his face. Is that what you think? And I was so happy about that.
Okay, cool. So, was it karma when Dillian Whyte got knocked out? Was that karma too, or was that Povetkin?
Absolutely not. It was a beautiful setup and a punch. Wasn't no karma.
Okay, cool.
He didn't have a history with Povetkin.
I understand that. Okay, so here's the thing. It's funny to me, like, just nationalism in general, but Jamaicans specifically feel like if a Jamaican is involved, then they have to ride for this person because it's like some personal reflection of them or something. I don't know what you're thinking with Jamrock, but
you know how many Jamaican fighters are out there now that I don't know that I don't root for. Do you know how many you even root for a fighter? You even root for a fighter whose family's Jamaican that I don't really. I enjoy his skill, but I can't really say that I like how he moves.
Okay, great. So, is there a fighter that is non-Jamaican that you like to the extent that you like Jamaican fighters?
There was a bunch of them throughout boxing. I've been in boxing for 30+ years.
I understand.
Johnny Tapio. Johnny Tapio was one of my favorite fighters.
Like if you say
Johnny Tapio is one of my favorite fighters.
I didn't
Evander
say I didn't
Holyfield was
ask that.
another
That's
one.
not what I asked,
Per-
Troy. I understand that.
Pernell
I'm
Whitaker.
saying, do you like them?
No
Do you like?
nair.
Do you
No
like them?
nair.
I'm
No
saying
nair. I just rattled off a bunch of names
I
for you.
didn't say that,
No
that you didn't like
nair
other
is
fighters.
one of
That's
my
not my
favorite
question,
fighters as
Troy.
well.
It's
What?
not my
Huh?
question, Troy. I'm asking you,
What the
do you
hell's the
like those?
question?
I'm asking you, do you like those fighters as much as you like your favorite Jamaican fighter?
I just told you those are three of my favorite fighters.
And do you like them
I,
as much as you like
I
your
don't
favorite Jamaican
I
fighter?
don't know how
It
to
sounds like
answer your
no.
question
It
because
sounds
that
like
sounds
no.
very.
It sounds like
Listen
no.
to me.
It sounds like
Listen
no.
to me. That's like asking me, what's
You
my
like them
favorite
all
pair of
equal?
socks? That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, great. So I have several pairs of like. Okay, so
I
first
bet
off,
you probably smell them too before you put them on.
first no, it's because there's different
You probably
kinds
have
of
a foot
socks.
fetish, right?
No, it's because I have different kinds of socks. So if you're talking about dress socks,
You see what
silk
I'm
socks,
saying?
or
I told you to do
cotton
that in
socks,
foot fetish.
great. But the thing is, there's still my favorite pair of socks because I prefer dress socks, and then I have a very favorite pair of
Well,
dress socks.
well,
So
I'm sorry.
so even amongst that, I have my
I don't
favorite
view
pair of
fighters
socks.
that way. Smoke. I
Okay,
like
that's
fighters
what
for
I'm
different
asking.
reasons.
I'm asking. That's my
Johnny
question.
Tapia, his whole life story touched me, and his skill because he was something special, man. Evander Holyfield, if I had to build a fighter, it would be him. Pernell Whitaker was just amazing to me. James Toney, another one that was amazing to me, man. That dude was amazing. Simon Brown. Well, no, I can't put Simon there because you said I'm biased towards Jamaican.
And no,
So
I mean I didn't say that.
I'm
You know,
biased
okay,
towards
so now
Jamaican,
you
so I
just
can't
lied.
put
So
him in
now you're
there.
not.
No,
So now
no,
you're gonna be
no,
upfront.
no.
That's
I'm
so
not
now
gonna
you
put
got
him in there.
it.
And Donaire is another one. He fights with his
Oh
entire
man, you
heart,
don't like
man.
Donaire as much as you
I
like Simon
love
Brown.
Donaire, man. He fights with
That
his entire
you just
heart.
listen.
Ever
Simon
since,
Brown is nice.
ever
I'm not
since he
saying
lost, ever since he lost to Walters, this is Donaire. I became a huge fan of that man based on how he fought and handled himself, and he has yet to let me down. I have so much respect for that brother.
cool.
Got a
And you
lot
like
of respect
and you
for
like
him.
Mike McCallum more.
No, I don't. I like fighters for different reasons. Pernell, I loved him for the things that he was doing with his movement
Okay.
and stuff like that. He was incredible to me. James Toney, I loved him for his overall skill set. He was amazing, and I couldn't mimic him because that's how I trained a lot. I would watch other fighters try and
Okay.
mimic them,
Hey, listen, if
take
you
piece
just
for
like
piece
stuff
for
about
piece for
people,
piece.
right?
I
So
couldn't. I couldn't mimic
can you
him at
like
all.
something other than the fact that they're from Jamaica? Because Dillian Whyte is
I
not
just
any of those
named off
people.
a bunch of.
Yeah,
That's
but Dillian
actually
White's
your
not.
opinion.
Yeah, Dylan
That's
White
not the
doesn't
facts
deserve.
of the
Yes,
situation.
Dylan White
That's
isn't
not
any
the.
of those
Listen
things.
to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Chimney smoke. That's actually your opinion. It's not the facts of the situation.
Okay,
That's just you
you don't
giving
even know
your
what my
opinion.
opinion is. I'm just saying, like Dylan White
You just
stuff.
gave me your opinion, Chimney
Dylan
Smoke.
White is not okay. So Dylan White is not Sweet Pea. He is not James
Who
Toney. He
who
ain't any
said
of that stuff.
who
He's
said
not
he
Simon
was
Brown. He's not even Simon
who
Brown.
who said he was James? Who
Correct.
said he was lights out? Who said he was Sweet
Correct.
Pea?
Correct.
Who
So to me, so
who
right.
said
So
that?
right.
Who
So
said that?
you're writing for Dylan White as the same way you're writing for like Sweet Pea, but Dylan White ain't Sweet Pea.
Right. Right.
Like one guy
And
has to be one of
what
the
does
best
that
that ever did
mean?
it. Another guy just happens to be from Jamaica.
What does that mean? What does that mean that
If
you
either
just said?
Dylan White sucks
So you're
ass, and the only
telling
reason
me
you're riding for him is because he's from
so
Jamaica.
you're telling me
That's
that I
the
don't have
thing.
a right you telling me that I don't have a right to root for the person because we're from the same country?
No,
That
I'm
sounds stupid
saying
to
that
me.
it's funny that you're doing it because Dylan White sucks, dude.
Did I ever say that I was simply rooting for him because he's from Jamaica, or
No,
did I
I
give
did.
other
I
reasons?
know this is me
Right,
saying it. Like
you
really,
did,
no.
which means
Part of it is
nothing to
because you don't
me.
like.
Which
Part of it is
mean,
because you don't like
which
Wilder,
means
right?
nothing if all you're doing is giving your opinion about me because it's just an opinion.
I
It's not
mean,
fact.
all of this is an opinion about opinion. Like, well, I don't know what you're
Boxing,
saying. Like, what is it supposed to
boxing
mean? Like,
lounge,
what?
boxing lounge, real quick, right?
Go.
Boxing lounge. Over in the
Yeah,
UK,
I'm here.
you had a couple of guys over there at the time, Eubanks and Ben, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure the
Mm-hmm.
fans were separated, between both of them. Now over here, Eubanks and Ben, if the folks from the UK were pretty much rooting for them because they're from the UK, right?
Well, you forgot one,
Yeah.
right? Watson. If you want to
Oh,
go UK
no,
with it.
I didn't. I was focusing on two fighters. Thank you very much. I didn't forget Watson at all because he's Jamaican. Thank
Why are
you.
you leaving out the Jamaicans now?
You see what I'm
Come on, you
saying?
love
As
them.
I'm
You
saying,
love.
Boxing Lounge, this dude don't even know
Well,
what he's
actually,
talking about.
Watson's British.
What I'm saying is this: when you're from a different country, it's a natural thing to root for someone who's from your country until you really get to understand and know that athlete, and then you're like, well, maybe not so much. and you go from there, right? That's
He's
just
from
called
New
human
York.
nature,
Stop
right?
playing. He's from New York. Stop playing.
Right?
Hmm?
I'm asking you, Boxing Lounge.
What is it? Natural? Sorry, specifically, what's the question, Troy?
What Smoke is trying to say is I can't separate my heritage, which I don't know
Yeah,
half.
you're biased.
Yeah, okay,
You're saying you
cool.
have a
I don't
bias
know
for
half the
Jamaica.
Jamaican fighters out there right now. I don't.
Yeah.
I
So what was
don't.
the thing? So
I
what
know
was
Spence's
the Nonito
background.
Donaire turning point? Nicholas Walters. Where's Nicholas Walters from?
Right. That's
Where's
that's
Nicholas
the
Walters
first
from?
that's the first fight that I really saw him fight in, and I was whole impressed with him in the ring and outside of the ring. And I
Where's
said, "This
Nicholas
is a dude
Walters
I'm gonna
from?
watch. This is a dude I'm gonna watch from now on."
Where's
I
Nick
was so
Walters from?
impressed with him. Huh?
Where's Nicholas Walters from?
We don't know where Nicholas Walters is from, but I said
Okay.
Donaire, who's from the
Yeah, I got
Philippines.
you right. So
Who's from
so
the
here's the other
Philippines,
part.
though.
So here's the
I
other
said
part.
Donaire.
Yeah. So here's the other
Okay?
part.
I said
Yeah.
Donaire. We're gonna get back to White and Fury, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not doing that dance with Smoke over here. I'm not gonna do it. I tell you I won't. Or when I will, I tell you I'm not gonna do it. I tell you. Now, let me ask you
Well,
something in
I've got
boxing.
Hey
I've got
Troy,
a quick
hey
one.
Troy, I got to take off, man. Hey, I
Okay, go
appreciate
ahead,
you letting
man.
me
Go
jump on the
ahead, man.
panel.
Have a
Next
good
time,
night. Thank you.
hey, next time, man, I
Thank you
got
for
some more
coming through,
questions on,
man.
man, for everybody next time, man. Straight up, that was fun. I'll see everybody later. Peace out,
All
Smoke.
right,
Peace
All
out,
Roland.
right,
See you
thank you
next
for
Lounge.
time,
coming
man.
through.
All right,
Yeah.
take care,
All right.
bro. Peace.
Yeah,
Yeah, Roland. Peace. Peace.
go ahead, Boxing Lounge.
Oh yeah. Both White and Fury have both popped, and I think they both popped in the UK. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any problem with the drug testing before or after the fight. Because remember, when Fury popped, they still let the fight go ahead, and I think that was against. Was it against Klitschko, or was it the fight before that? I can't remember. And with White, it was against. I think he popped against Rivas.
He
But I
was
can't
not
remember
dirty
Yeah,
in
what
that
it
it
fight.
was
was.
after the Hammer fight,
He
but
was
before
not
the
dirty in
Klitschko
that
fight.
fight. That thing was explained 1,000 times already.
I said popped. I didn't say dirty.
Yeah,
I said popped.
right. So right, Dillian Whyte has popped. You know, he's a multiple offender, right? But yeah,
Smoke does not know what he's talking about. Thank you very much.
he's been caught twice, right? One was a pre-workout, and the other one was tainted sample. But whatever, he's
Oh
failed
yeah,
two drug
that's right.
tests.
That's right. He got the first one. He got a suspension for I think it was at least a year, something like that. That was early in his career, and I think he might have been a kickboxer at the time. Was he actually a boxer?
Yeah, he was a
Was he
boxer
actually
at that point. Yes.
at the time? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jarrell Miller also like popped before he got
Okay, he's the
that was
king of
kickboxer.
pets.
But he was the one that got busted as a kickboxer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The most
Now,
bloated guy
Boxing
in
Lounge,
boxing.
what were you saying about Fury popping dirty? That was years ago, right? That wasn't anything recent, right?
That was Christian Hammer.
No, that was
That's after Christian Hammer fight.
about
Before like
3-4
2016,
years ago.
yeah,
Was
2015,
it?
something like that.
Okay.
2014,
Recent would be
No.
2022, like here and now. That's what I mean when I say recent.
Right. I'll find out.
No, it
I
wasn't
don't want to hear
2022.
I don't want to hear anything about no drugs in this fight. Neither one of these men have come up dirty in years or whatever you want to call it. The fight's fine. The fight's going to go off, and it'll be over in the 7th or 8th round.
And also,
Okay, and
UCAD
then
is not gonna like we
then
only
I'll
heard
come
about
back
Dylan
on
White because
here,
of an expose. It's not like UCAD
and
came
then
out and
I'll
said.
come back on here and I'll make my point. But so
2016.
you know what I want to ask you, Boxing Lounge, because you're over there in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that this fight here between Fury and White will be much bigger than Usyk and Joshua because they simply hate each other for real,
No, I
right?
think the only reason the fight is going to be bigger is because it's a domestic fight. And when we have a domestic fight, especially when it's the bigger guys, there's always a massive turnout. Or the exception to the rule is you can have a little guy, but he's just dynamite. Remember, Prince Nazim. He used to sell out the stadiums as well.
I remember Ricky Hatton, the rise of that. Those were crazy. Like people really loved Ricky Hatton in his like town specifically.
But the point about Nazim was that he was around before Hatton.
Yeah.
So people had been doing it. It's only the exceptional ones get the stadiums, so to speak. I mean,
You're
the
actually
smaller
right about
you
that.
are, the smaller you are, the harder it is. You need to be something special.
I just got a
you
feeling
need to
that they're
look
going
good
to
on
show.
camera.
Yeah, I just got a feeling that this fight is going to be bigger than Joshua Usyk because like you said, it's two guys from the UK. There's two heavyweights, and they really don't like each other. They truly don't like each other at all. And both of them are coming off what? Knockout victories, right?
Who did Whyte fight last? I can't remember. No.
Seriously? Povetkin.
Oh, it was Povetkin. That was his last fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a TKO, wasn't it?
And Fury fought some guy named Wilder, and left him making love to the canvas.
Yeah, but Fury took some damage in that fight.
Yeah, see, did you hear that? Smoke? Did you hear that? Smoke is not going to
Smoke's
answer
multitasking.
No, well, the point wasn't whether or not Fury took damage. You're talking about how Whyte didn't take damage. Like how getting knocked out is not taking damage because you're already asleep. Like the damage happened before you went to sleep because you're asleep.
When you go to sleep, your body is relaxed.
That's after the damage already occurred.
You get hit by one punch that you don't see that knocks you out. There's a whole lot better than getting your ass whooped for 19 rounds.
It's better.
19 rounds, Smoke.
Correct.
Okay.
But both things are damaged, Troy.
It was damage to his nervous system. It turned off. He knocked it. He shut his nervous system down. And he went to sleep, and he was relaxed after that. But
it's a brain injury though.
Physically, Wilder took more damage. Obviously, because he's out
we're
here
talking about Fury's damage, right? I know.
Yeah, and then Fury too. Fury obviously took more damage. You could tell by the way he walks. You could tell by what happened in that fight. Fury has this walk now, kind of like Richard Pryor used to walk in his twilight days. He was like he's gonna fall. Fury took damage in that fight, boy.
Yeah,
he took some damage. Now,
no doubt.
Boxing Lounge. What does the undercard look like for the Fury Whyte fight? What does the undercard look like?
One sec.
That bad, huh? I got what you need. I'm just happy for this fight. There's gonna be a fight that I'll actually buy. The last fight that I paid for was for my son. He asked me to get this fight for him. He was 10 back then, I think. Well, Shane Mosley versus Floyd Mayweather. I still want my money back. Floyd Mayweather sucks. I don't pay. He's not a pay-per-view fighter at all. At best, he's free TV on Saturday. He's not a pay-per-view fighter.
Well,
it's not stating.
Go ahead, Boxing Lounge.
I'll be real quick, Smoke. They're not stating it, and I think the reason why they're not stating it is because it's probably they haven't filled all the slots yet in terms of gaps in the undercard, if that makes sense.
Who's the co-main?
You
don't have that yet? It'd be like Katie Taylor versus somebody.
2 days ago. Oh, fuck. These are all
no. This is a top rank fight. So yeah, the top rank doesn't. Yeah, this is not gonna. Wait, hold up. Is this going to be like Frank Warren fighters? Is going to be Bob Arum
Is
fighters?
it on Sky or BT? That's the thing. Is it Sky or BT? Hold on a minute. Who's Dillian Whyte with?
But Dillian Whyte's the challenger. It doesn't even matter.
No, it's Frank Warren. Frank Warren's BT, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be Frank Warren in a top rank card? A Queensberry in a top rank?
Well, he'll have the UK rights, I think.
Yeah, they just okay. So this fight, they're going domestic with it, I guess. Yeah, I guess it'll be Frank Warren guys. But I mean, who's Frank Warren's big draw? Like it's outside of Tyson Fury. He's got Anthony
Yeah.
Yard. He's got we can make it big guys, right? Doesn't he? Is he? Did Joe Joyce? Is he still with Joe? Joe Joyce is still there, right?
Yeah, I think so.
With Frank Warren.
Undercard update. All right, this might be it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking cookies, man. Right.
Well,
Yeah.
go ahead,
Troy.
Smoke. Go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say. Your guy, you're about to pay to see your guy get brutalized.
I haven't seen him get brutalized in any fight.
Yeah, but you're about to, like I said, you're about to pay to see him get brutalized. Have you paid for him to watch it? Have you yet paid for him yet?
I haven't seen him get brutalized in any of his fights, Smoke.
I
Any of them.
understand that. Have you paid
He's
for any
fought
of them?
some damn good competition.
Do you know what
Unlike
about to be? Do you know what
certain
about to
heavyweights.
be means, Troy? About to be is a future event.
Yes. Wait
You're
a second
about to
now.
watch
Do
him
you
get brutalized.
do you know what clairvoyant means? So
I
you know
do.
now you're
I
clairvoyant?
do.
Really? Are you clairvoyant?
No,
Huh?
not. It will seem
Well,
that
what are
way
you talking
after the
about? You
fight.
know, about to be
After the
then.
fight, it may seem like I'm clairvoyant, but really, it's just
Okay.
kind of obvious. It's
You
like
ain't
kind of
clairvoyant.
if you give a toddler an M16, like you don't know really what's gonna happen, but it's probably gonna make the news.
First of all, I have children, and I would never give a child a gun. Let's say that. Let's start with that one. Okay, let's start with. I don't know what the hell goes through your mind. I give him my my grandchild. Hey, come over here to pop with this loaded gun.
Yes, I'm saying. I don't know what's gonna happen, but probably gonna make the news.
I'm not gonna make the news because I'll be dead.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the outcome.
Yeah, me either. Next subject. Yeah, talking about things that are about to happen. You're not
Yes.
clairvoyant. You're not a psychic. If so,
No.
man, we should partner together, man, and go win the lottery a couple of times, man.
Nah.
Because you could only win it so many times before they pick up on you. But if we tag team it, then we can win it more than one time, right? Mm-hmm. You can see I put some planning into this, huh? But yeah, what were you looking up again? Boston Lounge. You were looking up the undercard or something else, right?
Yeah, I can't find anything on
Wow.
confirming anything. So it's probably they're going to try and scramble.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, no, sorry, my computer just went out. I wasn't sure if you could hear me. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay, he doesn't know what the undercard is because this card is like whatever.
Anything.
It's a domestic dust up, and Queensberry doesn't have any fighters really. And who's going over to the UK from the like? It's not like the guys that are on Top Rank need to go to the UK to like boost their profile kind of thing.
Yeah, they do because nobody knows them.
Who's them? Like nobody knows.
You talking about the heavyweights?
I'm talking about like Valdez. I'm talking about like the guys who are the draws.
I'm talking about heavy. We talk about heavyweights now. It would do good if some of these American heavyweights go over to England and build their profiles so people get to know them.
Who are the heavyweights at Top Rank? Right? Is Frank Sanchez now at Top Rank? I don't think so.
Hold on. Troy. Whyte has already been over here and fought in English.
Yeah, Harrison, Audley Harris.
That's right.
Oh wow, great fight! Yes, I think I remember that.
So it's about the quality of the fight now.
That great fight, but he turned down Whyte and Joshua, which would have helped his career. What a genius!
Okay, Whyte wouldn't have helped anything because Whyte is still. That's why the dude got 10% of a purse because Whyte is a legend in your mind, right? But outside of that, especially like in 2018, like that dude had fought absolutely bupkis, like whatever. Dude. But yeah, AJ would have been that would have been a big fight, but AJ didn't, or the WBA or Eddie Hearn or whatever like that. It just wasn't meant to be. That of all of the fight, like if I think that we missed that. Like boxing mixed out on a huge moment with AJ and Whyte and Wilder not happening. But like Wilder versus Whyte, like who gives a like whatever? Dude. We had better fights.
What better fight? The Fury fight? It ain't really work out that well for Wilder.
So it was still a better fight. Like I'm talking about boxing. Like boxing had better fight. Like AJ versus Ruiz was a better fight. Like boxing didn't miss out on Whyte not and Wilder not hooking up. Boxing was just fine. Boxing did miss out, I believe, on AJ and Wilder not fighting. Like Whyte not being in a fight, boxing hasn't missed a beat. Like there's no fight that just because Whyte wasn't there. Like, you could maybe make maybe Whyte versus AJ rematch, maybe, but I don't even think that really. Whatever, that's a stretch.
What you talking about now? I'm sorry.
I'm saying that Whyte has not been in any must-see fights. Like Whyte, the Whyte fight not being made, boxing has not missed a beat. We didn't like miss out on a moment that we could have had. Like whatever. Like Whyte is cool. He's been working his way up. He definitely deserves a title shot. He deserved that rematch against AJ, which the negotiations broke down over. Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad if Wilder fought Whyte like instead of fighting the Ortiz the second time kind of stuff.
Yeah, because that was such a riveting, exciting fight that the world wanted to see it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't think that that was just more about, but that was just more about. Yeah, right. So to me, if you have a fight and people say there's like controversy in the fight and you run that back, I don't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have had a problem if Whyte fought Joseph Parker again. Because I don't really think he deserved that W. That would have been great if Whyte said, "You know what?
Yeah, boxed him and he dropped him.
That was too controversial. You guys just talked about all this stuff. Let's run that back."
Go ahead, Boston Lounge, because I'm going to say something after.
I think there was 4 knockdowns apiece, and maybe 1 headbutt in there somewhere as well. But it was 2 knockdowns between them.
It was a headbutt, but again, Whyte was the first man to drop it. First man to drop Parker was Whyte.
Yeah, with a headbutt.
Matter of fact, I think he's the only man to drop Parker, right?
No, I think Parker's been dropped since then.
Yeah, he got dropped. He got dropped. Did Chisora drop? Not Chisora.
Yes, he did years later. But look, but here's my point, man. The fight is made between Fury and Whyte, and you said something that Whyte hasn't been any made to watch fights, and you'll miss nothing. There's no current heavyweight that's been in a fight that you can't miss. Name me one heavyweight that's been in a fight that you can't miss. Name me one.
Okay, like both the Fury and Wilder. If you missed these fights, then you missed a point of boxing. Then you missed.
That's just your opinion.
Okay, it's not my opinion. It's literally not my opinion. When was the last time?
That's not a prevailing opinion.
Okay, when?
That's not a prevailing opinion.
Okay, when is the last time the heavyweight division had a trilogy?
I don't. Bo and Holyfield last time I.
There we go. Exactly. Like if you missed, if you missed the Wilder versus Fury fights, then what you missed was this era's trilogy, which doesn't happen very often.
Trilogy. I'm glad you didn't say that this era's Bo and Holyfield, because at the end of the day, as you like to say, numbers don't lie, right, Smoke? Because the first fight didn't do well, the second fight did, but the third fight didn't. So how is it? How is it a must? How is it a must see? How's it a must see? If the numbers are telling you something different, Smoke.
What numbers are telling you different? I don't know what numbers you're talking about.
Oh my God, the pay-per-view numbers, Smoke.
The pay-per-view numbers never come out, Troy. Like, why are you always on some like marketing scheme?
You the one You the one that was on every panel saying that Deontay Wilder and Fury sold the most live gate and this, that, the
Correct,
third.
because
Where'd
those
you
are
get that from?
verifiable numbers.
Yes,
The
for
pay-per-view numbers are
one
not.
fight, for one fight, right?
Correct. All right, great. So for one
Right.
fight,
So
right? So for one fight, okay. All right. So all right.
obviously, you should be able to
Let's
find the
break
numbers
down
for
what
the
you're
other
saying.
two fights, then, right?
So like I just
You should be
said,
able to
right?
find the numbers for the other two fights,
You
right?
just said okay. So it not
Thank
only
you.
did it do more than the other
I'm
two
gonna look it up
fights,
myself.
it did more than
You
every
keep
other
talking.
fight. Period. That's what breaking a record means. It means that this is the one that broke every other
It,
fight.
it sold more than 90,000 tickets.
Oh my God, dude. They talk about the amount of money that was generated, not the amount of people who went there to see it. If you charge $5 for a ticket, 200,000 people could show up. You still don't make the same amount of money.
Oh, Smoke, keep on talking. YouTube Boxing
Okay,
Lounge, keep
great.
on.
So again, so for a heavyweight fight, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder broke the live gate in Vegas, the mecca of like whatever. So on that note, people wanted to see this fight. But beyond that, the division doesn't get trilogies very often. And so if you didn't watch those fights, then you missed a historical moment on two fronts. Not only the interest in the fight, but also the legacy of having trilogies in the most storied division in boxing.
Okay, Smoke. I'm gonna read this as is written here. It says here, this is from the what is this from the Mirror at the
Oh my God.
Mirror UK Boxing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
UK
Right.
paper.
It says, despite the positive reviews of the thrilling conclusion to the trilogy, the pay-per-view sales have reportedly disappointed. According to Yahoo Sports, the event has narrowly fallen short of 600,000 sales that were targeted pre-fight.
Right.
So
And
I
Yahoo
guess it
sales
wasn't.
that
I guess it
was it
wasn't.
the Yahoo?
I
Did
guess it
Yahoo
wasn't that
broadcast the fight?
missed.
So did
I
Yahoo
guess it
broadcast
wasn't.
the fight?
I guess it. Hey, I'm
What's the
guessing
date
that it
of the
wasn't that
article?
fun for the world to see, huh?
I mean, I don't. What I'm saying to you is, who cares what Yahoo Sports said about the pay-per-view numbers? You do apparently, but what does that mean? It means that Yahoo Sports said that it sold 600,000. Does it mean it sold 600,000?
How do you justify saying that it's a must see? No heavyweight has had any must
Oh
see
my
fights
God, dude!
in
I
this
said the
era.
trilogy. I didn't say the
None.
last fight was a must see. I said that trilogy was must see.
Even the
You asked,
trilogy wasn't
I
a
told you.
must see.
Okay, great. So
Even
then
the
you missed
trilogy
out.
wasn't
Then
no
then
must see.
great. If you don't think
I'm
historical
just
moments,
glad that
if you don't think
I'm just
moments in
glad the
boxing
crap is
history are
over. What's up, girl behind the mic? How you doing? How you doing?
if you
I'm
don't
just
think
glad that the
historical
crap
moments
is
in
over.
general,
I got
I
tired of
know you
hearing
do
about
because
this
you
love
can't wait
gate.
to start
I
chortling
got
Dillian
I
balls.
got tired of hearing
Dana
about
White.
all the negativity. I'm
It was
glad it's
you. The
over.
negativity came from
I'm
you.
glad that he retired, and I hope he never comes back to the sport.
The negativity came from
I'm glad
you,
that
man.
Fury's about to get knocked out of boxing because I'm sick of the Furies, especially his daddy. Let me ask you something, Boxing Lounge.
Yo,
How's his daddy, or how, how do they feel about his daddy over there, John Fury? Because he seems like just a complete
he
butthole.
just he's like senile and punch drunk at the same time. The shit he comes out with, and plus it's been exposed. He's been knocked out twice, or it's been documented on camera on
Yeah,
video.
yeah. He just comes off like a butthole to me. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
If anything, the Furies have turned into dirty PR machines.
Well, what about
Oh,
the uncle that was the trainer before? Has he been able to stay above the fray, or has he gotten
Uh,
dragged in also? Peter Fury, right?
yeah, but he just sounds deluded when he's talking half the time anyway.
Peter Fury. What's that? His brother? That's John's brother.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I always like to ask the question about Fury's darker skinned brother. Isn't he supposed to be a fighter?
Parker?
No, listen. Fury has a darker skinned brother. They have different mothers. His skin is
Oh,
he's the dark one in the family, as I like to call him the black one. Isn't he supposed to be a fighter? He's
Why don't you
supposed to
say what the
fight
guy's
Logan.
name is instead of all this other stuff?
I don't
Like,
know what his name is. That's
I
the
don't know
thing.
who you're talking about.
I don't know what his name is.
Like he has a
What's his
black
name,
brother.
Boxing
Who are
Lounge?
you talking about?
What's his name, Boxing Lounge?
Are you talking about Tommy?
Yeah. You see that? You don't even know his damn name. You telling me to say his damn name?
Because you're the one talking about the dark brother. Like, you came up with everything, his whole bio, but you don't know what the dude's name is. Okay. Are you talking about the guy who was supposed to be fighting the Paul brother? Because if so, that's Tommy Fury. Otherwise, I don't know who you're talking about.
Tommy Fury, the supermodel.
Is he a supermodel? I thought he had man boobs.
Right. You know, how's he perceived over there? Boxing Lounge.
As a well, I'll tell you how I perceive him. He's basically living off his cousin's name, like Huey has been doing as well.
I thought they were brothers.
More talent.
That's his cousin or
Are
his
they brothers?
Brothers.
I don't know. Are they brothers, half brothers, cousins? Whatever.
Yes. They are brothers. They just have different mothers. You talking about me? He's from England and he didn't even know that.
Well, I didn't really think about it, to be honest. He's not anything of note yet, if that makes sense.
Okay.
He's still a young pup.
Okay, now let's talk about the Whytes. How are they viewed in the public eye over there, Dean and Dillian?
I don't know about Dean so much. Dillian, I think he's actually held in quite a high regard because he's taken the long, hard road to get to where he is.
Oh, so basically, on the streets, you would say that he's held a whole lot higher than Fury on the streets. Like with the common man.
No, not the common man. I'd say with the hardcore boxer.
Oh,
or hardcore.
okay.
Hardcore fan. Hardcore fan is what I mean.
Okay,
so realistically, if we're talking about boxing, the people won't know who he is.
Who?
Who the average person in UK won't know who the average boxer is unless they're a big deal.
Let's say that Fury and Whyte walk into the same bar. Who's the crowd going to gravitate to more?
Where's this bar?
I don't know, man. I don't know where the bar is. Just
okay. What country, or is it UK? Is it America?
UK. It's in the UK. It's in the UK.
Well, that being the case, they'll both get recognized.
But who they gravitate to more was my question.
I'd say probably Fury.
That's because of his loud antics and everything else, and his clothing.
No, I'd say more because he's had a lot more exposure.
Yeah, it's really Tyson Fury that brought UK boxing back, right? He was the guy to get the belt after like Frank Bruno or like really Lennox Lewis, but let's say Lennox Lewis wasn't really embraced by the UK public, right?
Did you really just say that?
What?
You said Tyson Fury brought UK boxing back. You just totally forgot a guy by the name of Anthony
Klitschko.
You totally forgot a guy by the name of Anthony Joshua. Nobody cared about his
Anthony Joshua wasn't even a blip on anybody's radar.
That was the most disgusting fight that anyone has ever seen.
We're talking about.
And if he brought boxing back to the UK, why is he not the cash cow of boxing?
Like, come on, bro.
Listen to me, if he brought boxing back to the UK or brought boxing anywhere, why is he not the cash cow of boxing? Why is it Joshua the cash cow?
Easy, because the two things aren't related. That's firstly, but secondly,
yes, they are very much so.
No. Here's the thing: AJ once Tyson Fury brought the world's attention back to UK boxing, AJ was sent it into the stratosphere because he's actually.
What fight did he? Do me a favor. Tell me what action-packed fight did he bring boxing back to the UK with?
Okay, you don't need for it to be action-packed to bring boxing.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Okay,
because
again,
fans like action and drama and intrigue. So
awesome.
please tell me what action-packed fight.
All right. So since Lennox Lewis was not actually embraced by the UK fandom, they weren't really talking
Oh
about
my
how.
God! Please
Oh,
just tell
can I
me the
finish?
fight that
Can I finish my point?
Tyson brought
I'm
boxing.
trying to.
No,
I'm
because
trying to answer.
you're going on to Lennox Lewis.
Yeah,
Stick to the
right.
question at
Because
hand.
that's because
What
I'm trying to.
fight of Furies
Again,
brought back
again.
boxing to the UK,
I
sir?
told. The fight that brought it back was the Klitschko fight.
What about that disgusting display brought
Yeah.
anybody back?
The
Okay.
fact that
It was
he come back with 3 belts.
it ended a 10-year Hall of Fame run for Vladimir Klitschko, and it gave the UK the belt for like somebody that they
Yeah.
Man,
considered from the UK, the belt for the first time and
what
since
about the
Frank Bruno.
fight itself, Smokey? Was the fight good? Because see,
I
that's
thought the
what
fight was.
fans
I
pay
thought
for,
the fight.
Smoke. That's
Okay,
what
so
fans pay for. We don't care about ended a 10-year run, the stats. Was the fight any damn good?
right, so because Vladimir Klitschko hadn't been in any
He's
good
not
fights.
answering the question, is he?
I am answering the
He's
question.
not
Vladimir
answering.
Klitschko hadn't been in any good fights, right? Like his last fight, the
That's a
Povetkin
lie
fight.
right there, but go ahead.
Again, the Povetkin fight was ugly as hell. The fight before that, the Jennings fight, was ugly and boring. The fight before that was boring. Like Vladimir Klitschko was not in exciting fights himself. So the fact that it was yet another boring fight wasn't necessarily because Tyson Fury is a boring guy, and it actually had nothing to do with whether or not the eyes of the world were on British boxing as a result.
Okay,
It wasn't
so
because the
stop right
fight
there
was
for
like
a second.
exciting.
Stop right there for a second. Stop right there, because you just said it don't matter if the eyes of the world was on British boxing. How do you bring back British
I
boxing
didn't say
if
it didn't matter. I said
if
the
number
action
one,
part of it didn't
both of
matter,
them
not
were
whether or not
boring?
people were
No, let
watching.
me finish. Both fighters were boring, and the fight itself was obviously boring. How did that bring fans back to boxing if the fight was boring?
Again, and like I said, because it
How?
ended the
No
10-year.
one cares about that. Listen, when you
Okay, you
pay
didn't
to
even
watch a
care
fight,
about what
you
I
don't
haven't
go and
answered the
listen.
question.
Smoke. We've
I
had
have
these
not
we had
answered the
these
question,
rundowns
Troy.
before. When you pay for a fight, do you say to yourself, I want to know the pay-per-view numbers. I want to know if he's going to end this guy's 10-year career.
Yeah.
Or do you want to see a fight?
Okay,
Do
cool.
you want to
So
see some excitement and be entertained? What's exciting about what you said? Was
again,
the fight any damn good? Was it
again,
exciting? Was
again.
it exciting? Was it an exciting
Okay,
fight?
you already asked
Was it a
50
fan-friendly
million
fight?
times. We've already
Was
asked
it?
me 50 million times whether it was
Answer the
exciting.
question then.
No, it absolutely hasn't. We already
So
said
how do
it
you
was.
bring fans back to a fight if it's not a fan-friendly fight?
What I said was it brought the eyes
Jesus.
of the world to British boxing. I didn't say that all of a sudden, like Tyson Fury gained all of
How do
these
you bring the eyes of the world to British boxing if the fight is
by
no damn good?
ending the 10-year reign of Vladimir
No,
Klitschko, and
that's not a
also
fight. That
I'm
has
not done
nothing to
answering the
do
question. If you
with
want me to,
what
like,
goes on in the
hey
ring,
Troy,
Smoke, and
hey
you
Troy,
know that.
hey Troy,
People don't
can
care
I answer
about
the
that.
question or
They
not?
care about what goes on in the ring, Smoke.
Oh, okay, great.
Nobody
So,
pays
okay,
to
great.
read stats except for
Awesome.
you.
And you know what else they care
Okay?
about? They also care about who wins the fight.
They also care to be entertained. Was the
Correct.
fight
So
entertaining? Was the fight entertaining, Smoke?
because a British person
Stop all the
won the fight,
diarrhea of the mouth and just answer the question, please, sir.
because a British person won the fight, and it was the first time that the British public considered that fighter to be one of them having the belt since Frank Bruno. It brought the world's attention to British boxing.
Boxing Lounge, excuse me, because you are a person from the UK, and look, he jumped off. He wants no more parts of your foolishness. What's up, new media? What's up, coach? My thing is, Smoke, boxing fans pay to be entertained. Nothing you're talking about with stats and stopping a 10-year run. And what happened in the ring? Was it an entertaining fight in the ring?
If we're
Because that's
talking about
what we
entertainment,
remember as
awesome.
boxing
Too bad we're
fans.
not talking about
That's
that
what
when we're
we
talking about the
remember
eyes
as
of the
boxing
world being
fans,
everything.
Smoke.
Okay, great.
Okay? Smoke,
Okay.
smoke. It don't
Troy,
matter what you say.
Troy.
That's
It
what
doesn't
you
matter what you
remember.
say, Troy. You can keep going off on tangents.
No,
It does not
it
matter.
doesn't remember. You know what?
The boxing world eyes
Boxing
went
Lounge.
to Britain
Hold on a
after
second.
even though
Boxing
the fight was
Lounge.
born.
Smoke.
You
Go on mute for a second. Boxing Lounge. You be a person
hit me.
of the UK, right? You being over there in the
hmm
UK. What did the fans over in the UK think about that Klitschko Fury fight? Were they thoroughly entertained? Were they drawn back to boxing because of it? What did they think about it? And that, ladies and gentlemen, answers your question
Okay,
right
so let me
there.
ask you. Here's a
Okay.
question. Here's a question. Was Tyson Fury a hero for a minute once he got back to England?
Yes.
Thank you. And was the eyes of the boxing world on British boxing as a result of that victory?
Yes.
Thank you,
It was
Troy.
2015, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Right.
Point. Case in point.
Okay.
That's all it
You
was.
said,
That's all I was
back up
saying.
now. You
Now
said the
you can
world,
make
the
whatever
eyes,
your tangential point.
the eyes of the world. But tell me this then, right? Tell me this. If he was such a hero, why did he have to come over here to make his bones? Why didn't he
Because
stay over there?
because he then blew up in weight and started talking a whole bunch of nonsense. The world got to know Tyson Fury,
The
and the
same
world did not
nonsense he
like
spoke
Tyson
over
Fury.
here? The same nonsense
Yes,
he speaks in America?
even over here, like he was like first off, because the Vladimir Klitschko was fighting in Germany, the American audience had lost interest in the heavyweight division as a whole, and they were all about the lower divisions, 147, 154. That's when Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather were doing all their pay-per-views. Like that. That's literally like what like it. Like I said, Tyson
Well,
Fury. Tyson Fury was a phenomenon. He fizzled early. When he wasn't ready for his close up. When he first got the belt, he was not ready for that level of attention and that level of success. And
sounds like a loser to me. Sounds like a
I
loser.
mean, okay, but he hasn't lost though.
No. I'm talking about personally. Why do you work so hard to get somewhere and then you get somewhere and you freeze up? Why do you study so hard for a test and then you freeze up?
I mean, some people don't actually
Huh?
even so some people don't even achieve that level of success. So what you're talking about is a reaction to success, not he froze up so he couldn't even achieve success. You're talking about a
Okay.
loser. Like he did not lose. What he didn't do is handle success
He
well.
lost in life. Anytime you got
Oh,
to
he's
go get
lost in life.
high and
Okay.
drink
Okay.
yourself all the
Okay.
way to 400
Okay.
pounds, and you lost in life.
Okay.
Now, allow me to speak to Boxing Lounge. Now, Boxing Lounge, Klitschko versus Joshua, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did the fans think of that fight? And after that fight, did they keep coming back and supporting Anthony Joshua after the Klitschko fight? Go ahead.
Yeah, yes, they did.
And
Because
why
that
is
was a
that, by the
brilliant
way?
fight. Because it
And
was
why is that?
well, it was because it was back and forth fight, and at one point, AJ could have been stopped.
Now, let me
So
ask you. Now,
yeah,
let me
go ahead.
ask you a question. This is not a UK question, but overall, who is the bigger name when it comes to Joshua and Fury? Like, okay,
But
like say,
how are you measuring it?
okay, how many times? Okay, can Fury go to another country and have them build him a stadium?
Troy, can you give me 2 minutes? I just need to go get delivery.
Go ahead.
I'll be
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
right.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
Go ahead. Go ahead. Smoke. Go ahead.
yeah. I was just gonna say like when AJ fought Klitschko, AJ was a way bigger entity within England and maybe even outside of England than Fury was. Like Fury was literally nobody when he fought Vladimir Klitschko. AJ had already won a gold medal. He had already been in big domestic fights. He already had the Whyte fight. He already had it like fan base. He had momentum going in. There was intrigue within the fight because Klitschko was coming off a loss. He hadn't fought in a while. The whole iterations with Fury and the public's disaffection with Fury and his antics, this whole thing, like the public got turned off with Fury and they latched on to AJ partly as a reaction to Fury, but also partially because of what AJ was doing, irrespective of Fury. But that's a completely different conversation than where the eyes of the world were before Fury fought Klitschko, because nobody gave a damn about British boxing before Fury fought Klitschko. They weren't checking for it. The last guy that they were even talking about the whole thing, like the eye of the world, was like Frank Bruno in the heavyweight division. Like that just is what it is. And then afterwards, it was like, oh wait, British boxing got a new thing in it, and then AJ capitalized on that success, right? On the
You keep
world.
saying British boxing. The fact is, those belts say world boxing. They don't say British boxing. They say
You're correct.
world.
You're
boxing.
absolutely correct.
And the
the British,
reason
yes.
why the
Mhm.
reason why the UK took to Joshua is that he kept winning. And as he was winning, he took on tougher competition as he rose through the ranks. That is why, and the style that he was winning in. Fans pay to be entertained. They do not pay for you to read off stats to them and say, well, this is why XYZ. Nobody gives a damn about that.
Okay, so let's
Okay?
just analyze the two fights, right? They both made their bones. They both got their worldwide attention off of fighting Klitschko. One guy got the Klitschko fight because he was a mandatory challenger, and that fight took place in Germany, right? And the long reign champion's hometown. The other guy, the fight took place in England, in Wembley. That dude was already a champion, and he has won a gold medal and had already been fighting in England on pay-per-views. He already had his domestic dust up, and he was already a name within England. These two things, and sure, we can talk about the product that happened in the ring. That's great. But there's night and day when it comes to those two things. Like when in terms of action packed and what fans want to see, specifically casual fans, right? What they would like to see is knockouts and all this other stuff.
Fans,
So
period. Nobody enjoyed that
not
Klitschko
fan
fight with
spirit. So
Fury.
because okay,
Nobody
so
enjoyed the Fury fight with
okay,
Klitschko.
I
Nobody.
understand that. That's not what I said. I didn't say that about enjoying Fury fights. I'm talking about what fans come to see. Not every fan comes to watch Fury fight. Every casual fan comes for a knockout. That's what they do. They don't care who the hell is fighting as long as they see a knockout. They might not even know who Fury is. But my point being is yes, there is a discernible difference in the product between Fury versus Klitschko and AJ versus Klitschko in terms of excitement, in terms of drama, and all of that stuff. What is easier to watch? Sure, AJ delivered the AJ Klitschko fight delivered on those kinds of like primal instincts and the things that people go to see fights for. Two guys beating each other up. Cool, that's great. But that's not like every single AJ fight that's happened. Like he had a few stinkers, and it was fine. Like the Parker fight wasn't this slugfest. It was still a popular fight. He didn't lose popularity because of the
Fight was
relative
not a
boredom,
popular fight. Let me
just
step in
because
here
it's
and
like
make
kind of
it simple,
boring, right?
please. Right, right. But let me step here and make it simple. The reason why they followed Joshua and they just gravitated to him more was because he was consistent. He won, he won, he won. He didn't win and then run off somewhere. He
Well,
stuck and stayed, and he won and won and won.
he was popular
That's
before that.
why.
That's
What?
why that fight was in Wembley and had 100,000 people in it.
My point is, if Fury would have stayed and fought the proper competition and beat them and won and won and won, we might have had a different conversation. But we didn't because he didn't have the backbone to stick and stay. He got
Well,
nervous and wanted to run off.
I mean, that's one way to put it. Another way to put it is he got busted
How
for
else is the
drug
way to
use.
put it?
Another way to put it is he got busted for drug use, stripped, and then like was suspended for a while.
He could have came back after the drug use, but he didn't.
He
He
did come
went and
back
got
after drug use.
fat.
That's why he's back.
No, he didn't. He went and got fat.
Yeah, and
He
then he
went and
lost the
got
weight.
fat, and then he got high, and then he came, and then he started
Yeah,
to
that's all
slowly
during
come
it.
back.
Right. And one could say that entire time he was suspended.
Yeah, but it's not true. But it's
Why
not
isn't it
true.
true?
No suspension lasts for 2 years.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
yes, they do. Yes, the suspensions last for 2
Who?
years.
Who was suspended from boxing for 2 years?
I think Tyson Fury. That's the whole
No,
point I'm
Those
trying to
ones
make.
I
were,
don't
but
think
those were
so.
retrospective ban. And I need
Go
to
ahead,
change
Doctor Lamb.
devices, Troy. I need to come back on another device because the battery on this one's 2 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. My point is that Tyson Fury's never been a fan-friendly style to watch, right? Unless he's fighting Wilder or Chisora, he's not going to be very fan-friendly. Because you mentioned, the fights afterwards, and those fights were not, they were not fan-friendly at all. And the fights before that were not fan-friendly at all either. Okay, so he needs a
I mean,
certain
I hear you.
type of opponent.
I get you, but you know what? The
Whereas,
Ruiz rematch wasn't fan
Joshua,
friendly.
whereas
The
Joshua
Ruiz
could look,
rematch
he could
wasn't
look
fan
good or
friendly.
bad
Parker
against
wasn't fan
anybody.
friendly.
What?
I said the Parker fight was not fan friendly, and
That
the
fight was
Ruiz,
terrible. It was boring as hell. Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
and also the Ruiz.
He was entitled to one.
The Ruiz rematch was also not fan friendly.
No, that fight was very good, focused boxing. And the first thing he did when he came out is punched him in his face with a right hand.
Right, and
Go
then
ahead,
since
Boxing Lounge.
it was a 12-round fight, then what does that
Hold
mean?
on,
Like it
hold
wasn't
on.
a fan friendly fight.
Go ahead, Boxing Lounge.
Give me 2 minutes, Troy. I'm just having a quick munch.
Yeah, you see,
No,
I
no,
know
no, but
you need help. I know you need help with me, man. I don't understand why you
no, but
listen.
that
Why you so
second
sick,
fight,
Troy?
that second fight with Andy Ruiz was a good fight. I enjoyed that fight because you know what? It has its
I didn't say
ebbs.
that. Okay, that is
It has its
different than
ebbs. It
fan
has its
friendly.
ebbs and flows to it and all that. It was a watchable fight. It's not
Okay,
his
great,
fight. It's not his fault that the dude decided not to train and come in at
awesome,
283. That's not
awesome.
his damn
So
fault.
again, just because you liked it doesn't mean that it was a fan friendly fight. Because plenty of people liked Floyd Mayweather
I think the
versus
numbers say that it was a good
plenty of
fight
people.
too. I think the
Plenty
numbers
of
say it was a good fight too, Smoke.
plenty of people thought that Floyd Mayweather versus Shane Mosley was a good fight. You didn't.
I don't know. There's plenty of people.
Okay, great.
I
Then
mean,
just take a look.
I tell you what, man.
I'm just saying,
I'll
like,
be
just
your
because you
voice.
like a fight doesn't mean that it's a fan friendly fight. Like, you have your own picadillos and your own biases. I don't understand like why you think that your specific taste is everybody's taste. Like, we can both agree that, like, there's a certain level of fan that is just in it to watch two guys get beat up. But then I think that we should also be able to agree that as you get more sophisticated in your boxing, then you can understand a technical like boxing match. Like hardcore fans can do this in a manner
What
that
did
like
you just
casuals
say,
cannot.
real quick? What did you just say? Well, you said something about my taste in boxing or whatever. What did you just say? What did you just say?
I said a lot of things, Troy.
No, no, no.
I
You
just
said
said
you said
in
that
relation
could be
to
more
your taste.
sophisticated
I'm
than I
saying
know
that
about.
I'm saying
That's
that
what you
just
said.
because your taste, I'm saying that your tastes
First of
are
all,
your
Smoke.
taste. Your taste are
I know
your
more.
taste.
First of
Sometimes
all,
your taste.
Smoke.
Okay. Do you want me to answer
I
your
am a
question right now?
boxer. I listen to me.
Okay. No, I don't want to listen to you
I
because
am
you're
a
not listening to me.
boxing nerd, so
I'm
I
not
don't have
really
to
into
even
like this
justify
whole
you as
thing.
an
Like if
athlete.
like
I don't
I'm
even have to
trying to answer
justify
your
you
question.
as an athlete. I really don't.
I'm trying to have an ebb and flow conversation with you.
Well,
But
go ahead.
in the middle of
But you
you
can't tell me
ask me a
you
question.
can't tell me that I don't understand the sport. You can never
I
say that out
didn't
your mouth.
correct, and I didn't just say that right now. I didn't say you didn't understand the sport. I
You
said that
just
your
said
taste.
something.
I said that your
You
taste. I
you
said
just
that
said
your. Do you
something.
want me to repeat it?
My taste. Yes.
Your taste
Go ahead. You don't know
are
my
not
taste though,
necessary.
do you? You
Your
don't know my taste though. So how could you speak on it?
your tastes are
You
your
don't know
taste.
my taste, Smokey. So how could you
Okay.
speak on it? That's
Again,
what I'm saying.
whatever your taste may be, they are your tastes. Correct? They're not somebody else's taste. They're your tastes. So your tastes are your tastes. The fact that you're now projecting your taste onto the greater boxing public, which I don't think your taste actually agree with my taste. But what I think we can agree
You
is
have
that,
no taste.
as what we can agree is that casuals, once you're in a specific, once you have a specific, like a kind of basic understanding or appreciation for boxing, that those people generally like to see two guys get beat up. If you don't really understand what the difference between a hook or a jab or a counterpunch, what you're looking for isn't a hook or jab or a counterpunch or defense. What you're looking for is a fight, a brawl, right? But once you understand the technical parts, you can start to appreciate those things more. That's what the difference between a hardcore fan and a non-hardcore fan is. But even within hardcore fans, we have our own different tastes, stuff that we like versus stuff that we don't like. And it could even be tainted by the person. So while you're talking about one guy is a technical guy because you like the guy, if you don't like the next guy who's in the same kind of technical match, you go, this fight was good, but this other fight was bad. Because in my opinion, the Floyd Mayweather versus Shane Mosley fight was a way better fight than the Ruiz AJ rematch.
What? Boxer Lounge. I think you want to jump in there, Boxer Lounge. You want to say something?
Yeah. Sorry, Troy. I'm gonna have to agree with Smoke on this one.
You're gonna agree with him about what point? Because he said 10,000 things in one breath.
Well, and agree with him on his last point. How about that?
I don't know what his last point was. Just like I don't know what his first point was. What was his last point?
Did you tune out?
Oh boy, did I!
Oscar De La Hoya vs. Shane Mosley was a better fight than
Mayweather Mosley. Mosley.
Oh, sorry, Mayweather Mosley. Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, Mayweather Mosley versus AJ Ruiz rematch. Like,
not to me, it wasn't.
I understand that. That's my whole point. That we like. I didn't say that you didn't understand boxing. I was just saying that amongst hardcore fans, we have our own particular tastes.
Not to me.
Okay. Okay. Well, what about this then, Troy? What did you think of Leonard vs. Duran, the second fight?
I think that was a brilliant fight. He fought him. He fought him the worst. He fought him the best possible way he could, and he got to him in the worst way. So that was a brilliant fight because he didn't just break him down physically; he broke his mind. So that was a brilliant fight. Brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you want to see something else, go watch Watson versus Mike McCollum. That was a good fight. You'll see some great technical things in there and how to wear down a fighter, body and everything, and break his spirit because he broke Watson's spirit in that fight. Watson was supposed to come in that fight and wash Mike McCollum. You know, he's the older guy, he's the bigger guy. What he got was a lesson. He got a beautiful lesson. So go check that fight out.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I like boxing, man, and listen, boxing is brilliance, boxing is brutality, and boxing is beauty. Those are the three aspects of the fight. If you just beautiful, but you're not but you're not but you're not brutal and all that, then that's not really attractive. If you're just brutal and you don't have the other two aspects, that gets tiring after a while. Even Mike Tyson was an artist in there. They called him a knockout artist. He didn't just go in there and say, "Rah, rah, rah." No, it was some kind of art to what he did. It was. And the fact is that he could describe how he did it after the fight. That's an artist at work, right? That's an artist right there. So that's what I enjoy.
Yeah, Dillian Whyte ain't none of that.
I didn't say he was an artist. He comes in with his own set of skills and his mindset, and he gets it done. You will never understand. You will never understand why I root for the man because you don't have that type of mindset. He is that blue collar worker.
I understand.
He's that blue collar worker that has to walk up the mountain with 60 to 70 pounds of bricks on his back every day.
Okay,
every
so
day
if that was the case, then you would like Wilder because he's also the blue collar kind of guy.
No, he's not.
Yes,
anytime
he
you
is.
come out your mouth and say, I don't need any skill. Anytime you come out your mouth and say, I don't need any skill because I can knock you out, you do not have a love for the sport.
Yeah, he didn't say that either.
The sport.
Yes,
he did.
No,
yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He said it. I will find it for you. Yes, he did say that.
Oh, no,
he did say that. Okay, I don't need any skill. I can punch. Okay. I'm paraphrasing, but he did say
no, he didn't say that. Correct.
He did not. What did he say then, Smoke? What did he say?
Quotes, they're not quotes.
What did he say?
What did he say about what? That you have to be perfect for 30 seconds?
No. He said, I don't need skill. I don't need skill.
At no point he said, I don't need skill.
Yes, he did say that.
Okay, great.
You know what?
Awesome.
I'm going to go find it.
Yeah, cool.
I'm going to go find it.
Yeah, okay.
You two talk amongst yourself. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, anyway.
Who apparently said this?
He's talking about Wilder said he doesn't need skill. Yeah. Like a bunch of why you like Whyte is because of the Whyte Wilder, like the way that you feel about Wilder. I also understand that about you. Like you can't actually just talk affirmatively about Whyte. You have to talk negatively about Wilder in order to boost up Whyte. And it is what it is. I don't think Whyte beats Wilder. I don't think Whyte beats Ruiz. I don't think Whyte beats Fury. I don't think he beats Povetkin. I found
it, Smoke.
Yeah, go ahead.
I found it.
Cool.
It
Please.
says here, right here, it says here, let me read it word for word.
Oh, you're reading
It's,
what somebody else said. Okay, cool. Got it.
no. I'm reading his quote. It's
Okay,
a quote.
so somebody attributed a quote to him. Put it
It's
up.
his quote. It's Wilder's quote, man.
Okay, cool.
It's
I mean,
Wilder's
no,
quote,
it's somebody
sir.
else quote saying that it's Wilder's quote, but cool. Let's keep it going.
No, Smoke. It is Wilder's quote, man. Okay, here. Let me see if I can find it, Dan. I'll find you the video to shut you the hell up.
Yeah, cool.
I'll go do that.
Let's do that. Yes, let's do that.
Because it's right here, Smoke.
Cool,
You just
awesome.
don't want to believe it, but it's right here.
Correct, because I
gonna
don't
go
need to
find the
believe stuff
video.
like this. I like to either
I'm
show
gonna
or
go
don't
find the
show.
video so you can hear him use his own voice.
Yeah, there
I'm
it
gonna,
is. There
and
it
then
is.
you're gonna
Yes.
say, and then you're gonna say that somebody got his hand up his butt and that he was
No.
a puppet. That's not him.
No, I'm probably going to say that you see, Troy, what you said isn't the case.
That it was his
That's probably what I
ventriloquist,
was
right?
saying, right? Say again?
Right? Okay,
What?
hold.
It's probably what I'm going to say. Like, what is going on here? But the other part of it is, to be frank with you, there, Troy Graham skis. I still don't understand how this is going to help Dillian Whyte, but okay. You feel
You're
like
absolutely
Dillian
right
Whyte
about that. You're absolutely right. It's not going to help Dillian Whyte because he has more than power. He actually has some skill, and he has two hands that he could knock you out with, not just one. And he actually
right, because
understands the
Dillian
game
Whyte
of
is going
boxing.
around knocking everybody out,
He,
right?
he understands the game of boxing. Well, he knocked out his last opponent, but
Yeah, but
he also
but
understands
his
the
last
game of
opponent knocked him out,
boxing.
though.
Yes. But he came back. He's done something that Wilder's never done. Beat the man who knocked him out. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, he did.
And you know,
At first
you also know
he was just
didn't do that.
TKO'd by the man. At
What?
first he was just TKO'd by the man. Then he got knocked the hell out by the man.
Cool. So did that happen? So did
Mhm.
George Foreman do that?
George Foreman did what?
Beat
He didn't
the
get
guy
his
that knocked him
rematch
out.
again.
Beat the guy that
No.
knocked
But
him out.
George Foreman did something else. He came back after
Oh, wait a minute. So
a
you
good
mean
20
so you
plus
mean to tell
years
me that Dillian
and
Whyte
made
is not better
history
than
in
George
boxing.
Foreman then?
He
Just because
came
he
back
beat the guy that knocked him out.
He made history in boxing. Wilder didn't make history in boxing.
Right.
He did not.
I guess your whole point
He's a
about beating the guy
two-time
that knocked you
champion,
out is not
and
really
he's in
relevant then.
history of being the oldest heavyweight champion ever. Wilder didn't
Great.
do none of that.
Awesome.
None of that.
Cool. So I guess your point is that knocking the guy out that knocked you out doesn't mean anything.
No, it means a lot to the actual fighter.
It doesn't mean anything to George
but
Foreman.
obviously Wilder doesn't have the skill.
To George Foreman.
Wilder never had the skill to accomplish it.
Okay, so neither did George Foreman.
No, that's not true. George Foreman just didn't get a rematch with the man.
Okay,
he tried
cool.
to, but he never got his rematch.
Cool. So that didn't happen, right?
But he came back and beat younger champions to become the oldest heavyweight champion in the world.
Correct.
Wilder can't do that.
No, what Wilder did was knock out seven. He knocked out what is it, 7 or 8 consecutive title defenses by knockout? I think it was 7.
Right. And can you name those guys? Can you name them?
Yeah.
Can you name them guys?
Yes.
Can you name them? Go ahead, name them.
Why?
Name them.
Okay.
Because you brought them up.
Okay, cool.
Because you brought them up and they have some importance.
I'm not box rec. You can look this up, but sure, I can name
No.
for you.
You brought it up.
Correct.
You could bring it up.
Correct.
You brought it up.
Yes, I can bring it up, and I can also name it. But what is the point?
Tommy Temper, man. The link is right above your head if you want to jump in. He made history with 10 title offenses. That's not making history because other fighters have done it. Go ahead, Smoke.
Right, that is still making history. There, Troy.
No,
yes.
It's not making history if somebody did it before you.
Okay, it is.
No.
Troy. Because now you're on the list of people who've done that in history, Troy.
No, the one who does it first is the one who's most important.
No, that's just the first one.
Guy.
That's just the first person to do it. Every other person
which is the most important guy. Which is the most important guy? You don't get rewarded for coming in second and third and fourth and fifth.
You don't come in third and second. All you're doing is tying the same record.
You don't get any reward for tying something.
Same record, Troy.
Exactly. Where in history do you say, "Oh yeah, man, he's great. He tied"? People care about
Because
the ones
the
who came
record
in
is the
first.
record. Okay, so the thing that's
Yeah, but it's not your record because
okay,
someone did it
you don't
before
understand.
you.
You don't understand. It is your record because you did it.
No, it's not.
You're
If
just not the
somebody did
first
it
person to
first,
do it.
if
The
somebody did it
record is
first, it's
clean.
not your record. It's
Okay,
just a record that you're following.
it is the record. The
Yeah, but it's
historical
not
record
yours.
says
It's
you don't
not
have
your
any.
record, though. It's not your record,
It
Smoke.
is
How
your
could it
record. Whose
possibly be
record?
your
It is your
record?
record. It is your record because you did it.
No, not if someone's done it before you. It's not your damn record.
Okay, it is your. It's both of you guys' record because
No,
both of you guys
it's
did it.
his record. It's
They're
his
both guys'
record.
record. Like, what are you saying, dude?
No, the first person always gets credit for it, not the
The
guy that
second
comes up
person gets
behind
credit
him.
for it too. It just becomes the two people who've done it.
Oh, okay, so you telling me when you watch track and field, they always say, "Great, look at the guy in second place."
I'll tell you this. They'll tell you who the third black person was that got
Answer the
from West Point.
question, man.
Say again?
Answer the
Yes.
question.
They tell you who came
Answer
in
the
second place.
question.
Yes. They tell you who came in
Oh,
second place. Yes.
wait. So wait. So second place is great now, right?
Second place is a silver medal. Yes.
I'm trying to fix this thing because I can't see anything. Second
Again,
place is great now. Well, I'm
yes,
sorry,
second place
Smoke.
is great. Since when is second
Okay,
place not been great?
that's like saying that the prince has just as much authority as the king.
The prince is still great. He ain't the king,
You
but
know
he's
what,
great.
man? That makes
Like,
nothing you're saying makes any sense. All I
not
know
to
is this:
you, because what you're saying is nonsensical.
Dillian Whyte is marching to be undisputed heavyweight champion, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it. He's going to dust off Fury,
Okay.
and then he's going to sit and wait for the Usyk
You
Joshua
realize
winner.
that,
Okay,
that's cool. If it happens, I will be.
when it happens,
I will be shocked.
When it happens,
yeah, okay.
second place is great in boxing. Second place is not great in life.
Second place is
Second
fine.
place ain't great in life.
Listen, it depends on how many places.
Maybe to you it is. Maybe to you, but I have never trained.
Okay.
Maybe to you, but never in life have I ever want to be second place.
That's to you. Why do you think your particular taste is everybody's taste?
Because you're talking a bag of horse shit now to justify
No,
whatever
you
you're
are talking
saying.
a bag of horse shit. If second place wasn't great,
Nobody cares about second place.
Nobody
cares about second
third
place.
Third
Nobody
place
cares about second place.
Yes,
nobody cares about second or third place.
Even the first place, of course they do. That's why you want to come in first.
No, you're just saying that because you're a Wilder fan and that's all you've ever gotten.
What?
Is like
okay. First off, I'm a Muhammad Ali fan. First off, I'm a Muhammad Ali fan, and he is the number one guy. He is the face of boxing. Everybody else is in second place, according to my guy. Like
nobody cares about second
all I have to do is say. All I have to do is say Muhammad Ali. That is the pinnacle. That is my dude.
That's great.
All of your guys have to bow down to my guy. Dillian Whyte ain't
not
that
true.
Dude.
Not true.
George Foreman gotta bow down. Georgie Benton.
Not true.
Not whatever, true. Whoever you come up with.
Not true.
Okay, cool.
Ali bows down to my guy. And he even said it.
Okay.
Ask me who I'm talking about.
No, just tell me who you're talking about.
Thank you. Joe Louis.
Joe Louis? Nah, sorry.
Yeah. But cool. Nothing. Ali.
Cool. I like Joe Louis. I like Joe Louis.
Ali said out his own mouth. Ali said out his own mouth that he kicked the door open for fighters like him. So Correct. He has to bow down to Joe Louis. So I don't want to hear nothing else you have to say.
Okay.
Joe Louis.
I don't know.
And Joe Louis retired.
Listen to me.
Joe Louis retired as an undefeated champion.
The number
Joe
one
Louis
guy
retired as an undefeated champion.
You know what? Actually,
undefeated champion.
Actually, he said kicked open the door was Jack Johnson. To actually say who did it, like there's a lot of guys he said kicked open the door. That's not just Joe Louis, right? So whatever you're talking about, kicking down the door doesn't make them number one.
Joe Louis actually did more because he reigned longer and he did a whole lot more. A lot of respect. What he said about Jack Johnson is that Jack Johnson's life is his life.
No, he said he kicked open the door. Exactly what you just said. He said about Joe Louis.
And Louis did. Joe Louis did more than Jack Johnson because Jack Johnson had no power to do anything.
I'm noticing this clip about Wilder never was actually played.
What clip?
The clip that you said where he says he doesn't need skills.
I was going to read you the quote from the man's mouth, and I was going
Okay.
to find you the
And
video,
you
but
said
then
you're gonna
you
find it.
said
You said
forget
you
it.
found the clip. You're gonna
Then you
play
said
it.
forget it.
I
Let
didn't
me
say
tell you
forget it.
something.
I said it
He
doesn't.
said
I
it.
said it doesn't have White.
He said it,
I didn't say
and
forget
your
it. I
boy
said it
from the
just doesn't have
boxing lounge
White.
played it.
No,
I mean, your
nobody
boy from the
played it.
boxing voice
You're
said
out
it.
here.
You just don't want to
Troy.
believe he
Hey
said
Troy.
that,
Hey Troy.
but
Hey Troy. Hey
yeah,
Troy.
because you're such a
Hey
fan
Troy.
of the
Hey
boy
Troy.
that you
Hey
didn't even
Troy.
know he fought the White Wolf.
Hey Troy.
You're such a fan of the dude. You
Again.
didn't even know anything about it. I mean, come on, man. The dude
Okay,
is the
so
dude.
just
He
because
had
okay,
10
okay.
10 title defenses against who?
Yeah,
Big deal. He's not going to the Hall of Fame because he didn't do nothing to go to the Hall
okay.
of Fame. What did he do to go
Right.
to the Hall of Fame? Nothing. I can guarantee you that Dillian Whyte will probably go to the Hall of Fame for this cat does.
Dylan White.
hmm Because see,
Okay, dude.
the Dillian Whyte has fought the top.
Okay, all
If
right,
he
dude.
beats Fury,
You win, Troy. You win. I
and
got
if he
you.
becomes
I'm playing with my
undisputed,
card for you.
he is
You
a
want me to turn
shoo-in
my
for the
thing
Hall
on?
of Fame.
Yeah, I'll turn
If
my
he
camera on
beats
for you.
if he
Turn
beats
my camera on.
Fury and then
I'll
he
turn my
becomes
camera on for you.
undisputed, he is
Okay,
a
yeah.
shoo-in for the Hall of Fame. Wilder is not a shoo-in for nothing. You understand me? He's not a shoo-in for
Dylan White.
nothing.
You got it. You got it. It's Dylan
Nothing.
White. It's Dylan White that's the shoe on.
Nothing. If he beats Fury and then goes on to
That's what
become
it is. All you got to do
undisputed,
is beat Fury,
guess
and his
what?
Hall of Fame is your
He
home.
will be in the Hall of Fame. Right now,
Okay.
Wilder is pretty much done. He's retired. He's not going into the Hall of Fame. And why would he?
Yes.
Why
One
would he?
win. One title fight. Hall
Why
of Fame.
would he? Why would he? Why would he go into the Hall of Fame now? What has he done that's Hall of Fame worthy?
Don't
keep saying the 10. Yes, that somebody else done that. More than one person has done that. So that doesn't mean anything.
Right, and all of them are in the Hall of Fame, right?
So and all those fighters did other things too.
Well, all those
fighters did other
the
things
Hall of
too
Fame in
besides
common, right?
defending their title 10 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, all of those people are in the Hall of Fame, correct?
All those fighters did something else other than defend the title 10 times.
You don't even have to go to 10. How about 9? How about all the people who have 9 title defenses? Are all those people in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know anybody with 9 title defenses in the Hall of Fame.
Jack Johnson.
But I can tell you this.
Jack Johnson. Right?
I can tell you this though. Wilder's not going to the Hall of Fame. He didn't do anything.
Again,
he didn't beat anybody in this era. He didn't beat not one top. He didn't beat not one top heavyweight of his era. How do you get into the Hall of Fame? You don't beat one top heavyweight of your era. How do you do that?
By top, who is describing top?
Come on, stop that garbage. I hate when y'all dudes do that. He didn't beat one top heavyweight of this era. None.
Okay, so if you talk about top heavyweights of this era, Baines Stavern was a top heavyweight of this era. Chris Arreola was a top heavyweight of this era.
No,
Luis Ortiz was a top heavyweight of this era.
Who was a top heavyweight?
Ortiz was a top heavyweight of this era.
No, he beat old boy. What's his name? What's the boy name that he beat? What's the boy name he beat? Tell me. What's his claim to fame? The same guy that Rivas stopped. What's his name?
He's talking about Brian Jennings.
Brian Jennings. That was his claim to fame the whole time. And then Rivas beat him, and then
actually that wasn't his claim to fame the whole time.
And then old boy beat him from England.
The claim to fame for the whole time it was that for like the better part of a decade he was top 10 on the Ring magazine.
Top 10 how? Who did he beat besides Brian Jennings?
You would have to ask the okay.
Thank you very much. You don't even know. You don't even know, but you're bringing up a subject matter you know nothing about.
Okay.
How do you bring up a subject matter you know nothing about and trying to defend a fighter?
I'll tell you how. I'll tell you what. He knocked out Ruslan Kajanu.
Who?
He knocked out Kaufman. Ruslan Kajanu, the guy that Joseph Parker, the guy that Joseph Parker defended his title against and went 12 with.
And what does that mean overall? Nobody knows who that. Nobody knows who the hell he is.
You asked, bro.
Nobody knows who he is.
Top people.
Next,
like what is top people
next. You threw out another name. Kaufman from out of Pennsylvania.
Now you want to go down Luis Ortiz's resume?
No, I'm just saying. What did he do that made him this top 10, top 5?
I told you he was on the Ring magazine's top 10 guys for like a better part of a decade. For the guys that he fought. Because of the
guys did he fight though? Brian Jennings and who else?
Box record, Troy.
I already did.
Those
Actually,
guys, Troy.
yeah,
Those guys.
yeah, but
What are
those
you
guys are
doing?
not no. Those guys are not noteworthy guys. He's never fought a
Oh,
former
not noteworthy
champion.
to who?
No,
They're noteworthy
to
to this
anyone
era.
in the sport.
Okay. Christian Hammer's not noteworthy in this in this era's heavyweight division.
As far as I know,
Okay, that's
who
the
the
whole
hell is
point.
Christian
I
Hammer?
don't know what
Is
I
he
don't
in,
know what
is he in
metrics
the
you're
top
talking about.
five somewhere? Is he in the top five somewhere? Is he in the top? Is he in the
That's all.
top five, top 10 somewhere?
Luis
Huh?
Ortiz, yes.
Christian Hammer.
Oh, you asked. Okay, Luis Ortiz was. That's who Weidel fought. Luis Ortiz was in the top 5 somewhere. Yes.
But you can't tell me why though.
Okay, I can tell you why. Because of the guys that he fought.
Oh my God! But he didn't fight anybody
Okay,
that
great.
will
Then
put
you're
him in the top
whatever,
10.
dude. Just because you don't think they're anybody, I just told you who they were. You just don't agree.
Obviously,
You just
nobody
don't
thought.
appreciate it.
Obviously, you don't think he nobody because you can't name them
I
bastards.
already named them, and you went through
You
them, and you
named
said they
two
weren't worth anymore.
fighters. Two.
Great.
Two is
2
not
fighters.
10.
Awesome.
You suck at math. 2 is not 10.
I didn't say okay. I didn't say 10 fighters. I said he fought guys.
No.
Yes, he did.
You
He
said
fought
he's in the top
significant guys
10.
in his era.
I said, name, give me a reason why he's in the top 10. You don't even know.
I do know.
So
I do know because
just
the guys
stop
that he
it.
fought.
Just stop it. You don't even know who those guys are.
I already told you some of them.
You gave me 2 names which
Great.
nobody
Yeah,
knows.
great. And those
You
2
gave
guys.
me 2 Jennings,
Great.
Jennings and
Those
some
2
other
guys.
unknown guy.
Who?
You gave me an unknown guy and Brian Jennings.
Okay. Again, just because you don't rate them, that has absolutely nothing to do with
Nobody rates them or else I would know them.
Okay.
Nobody rates them or else I would know them.
Ring Magazine rated them.
Now you friends with Ring Magazine? Because
Okay,
before you weren't friends with Ring. Before you weren't friends with Ring
is
Magazine.
Ring Magazine somebody or nobody?
Okay.
Is Ring Magazine
Okay, so
somebody
wait
or
a
nobody?
second now.
Is Ring
Wait a
Magazine
second.
somebody or nobody? That's just what I want to know.
Okay, you got Brian Jennings, Tony Thompson, Malik Scott, woo! David Allen, Daniel Martz, Deontay Wilder, whoever the hell this guy is, whose name I can't pronounce, Raz Van, Travis Kaufman, whatever, Christian Hammer, and then Deontay Wilder again, Alex Flores, and Charles Martin. None of them guys. Wilder, he's a known name. All the rest are not known names.
Okay, so just so you understand, Brian Jennings fought for the title. Razan Kajanu.
I know who the hell Brian Jennings is. I also know that he's not a known name. He's not a known name. He's not a known name.
And then
Brian Jennings is actually a footnote in boxing right now.
And not only that,
he's not even a footnote anymore.
And also, Charles Martin used to be a champion. He's a former champion.
Ooh, that's the first. That's the first former. Okay, Wilder was the first former champion that he fought. Right, and then Martin was
he was the reigning champion, not a current champion, not a former champion.
Yeah, okay. Wilder's the first champion he fought, and then Martin is the first former champion he's fought in all these years. He has done nothing.
Okay,
absolutely
you do
nothing.
know that they fought. You do know that surpasses Dillian Whyte, right?
Absolutely not. So I'm not doing that dance with you because it's a stupid lie. And I could rattle off the names and I could tell you where they are currently. You can't tell me. You can't tell me where Brian Jennings is currently. What's his success level currently in boxing? Nowhere. You can't tell me where Tony Thomas is currently. What's his success level in boxing?
Because
nowhere.
You're talking about old guys.
Where you can't tell me. Can't tell me where. You can't tell me where Hammer is right now.
I can't tell you where Luis Ortiz is right now.
Right? You can't tell me where he is. He's coming off the win off of Charles Martin.
Yeah, but where is he? Where is he right now?
That's it. I don't know where he is.
You know what? He's
but as far as the rankings,
the same way he's been the whole time.
As far as the rankings, he's probably top
10 heavyweight.
He's probably top 15, top 12, something like that. I don't know. Because you got Usyk, you got Joshua, you got old boy here, you got Fury.
Okay,
cool.
Cool. So where's Lucas Brown right now?
You got
where's
Whyte.
Lucas Brown?
You got Parker.
Where's
you got
Lucas Brown?
Chisora.
Where's Lucas
right?
Brown?
You got Andy Ruiz, right? You got him, right? And you got a bunch of other people. I don't know where he falls right now. I don't know.
You know, like where's Lucas Brown?
Lucas Brown is on the twilight of his career. He's getting beat up. Keep on
Correct.
naming names.
Awesome.
Why don't you ask me about
no.
Revis?
Say
Why don't you
again.
ask me about Revis?
No, because
Why don't you ask me about
you can just
Helena?
tell me. Where's Revis?
Why don't you ask me about Helena's?
Where's
Ask me about Helena.
Hellenius?
You're right.
Where's Revis? Where's
Right.
Hellenius?
He just won. He's on a 2-fight win streak. Why don't
They
you ask
fought
me
the
about
same guy,
Parker?
right? And who did he
Why don't you
fight?
ask me about
And
Parker?
who?
Why don't you ask me about Parker?
Where's
Why don't you ask
Parker?
me about Parker?
Where's Parker?
Parker just won against Derek Chisora. Why don't you ask me about
No,
why don't you ask about Derek Chisora? He's still popular in his country. He's in twilight of his career. I can keep going. I can keep going.
So if you all you're saying is that's the same where Luis Ortiz is.
No, his people are nowhere right now.
Luis
You
Ortiz
can't
is
tell me
coming
they're
off of
successful
a
in this sport
knockout win.
because they're nowhere.
Luis Ortiz is coming off a stoppage win over a former champion.
Revis is still successful. Helenas is still successful.
How is Revis still successful? Who's Revis' last fight?
Parker is still successful.
Who's Revis' last
right?
fight?
Parker is still the guy he beat for the championship. Parker is still successful.
Who was Revis' last fight?
The Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora is here, milking the sport, but because he knows he's going to retire, so he's still doing decent. Now let's go down the line. Where's Brian Jennings? You don't know. Where's the Alex guy that he fought? You don't know.
I don't know what Oscar Rivas is.
Tony Thompson. You don't know who Oscar Rivas is? He's the current Bridgerweight champion, which you do know that. How you don't know boxing, man? You're supposed to be a boxing guy. You don't know he's a champion?
Oh my God, dude! Like, okay, so
you don't know boxing like that?
Okay,
man, you need to come up. Man, you need to get your current affairs in order. You need to get your current affairs in order. Smoke, no smoke. You need to get your current affairs in order. You're not up on current affairs in boxing, Smoke. No.
Okay. No. So you feel like mentioning him being the Bridgerweight champion means that he's somewhere in boxing?
He's a champion. Nobody at Luis Ortiz has fought as a champion anywhere.
Can I ask you? Does a Bridgerweight division even exist outside the WBC?
You could go down his top 10 list right now on his record, and you can't find one guy that's in the top 20 right now.
So you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me right now?
Okay. Thank you.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes, ask me 1,001 because I'm about to cut this off in a few minutes.
Does a Bridgerweight division exist anywhere outside of the WBC?
It exists in boxing. That's all I know.
Does it exist anywhere outside of the WBC?
It exists in boxing.
Oh well, so does YouTubers fighting fights. So what?
Yeah, it exists in boxing. That's what I can tell.
Okay, cool. It's not talking about what you Troy. Dillian Whyte is going to get his.
No, don't smoke. No smoke. Don't go no way. Can you tell me?
I'm glad you shut it down.
Can you tell me any? Can you tell me any current champions? Can you tell me any current champion, any fighter that Luis Ortiz has fought that's doing anything right now?
I can't tell you anyone.
No, because they're not.
Okay,
because it's not one of them that's doing anything.
Listen, what is Povetkin doing right now?
He's retired. Good for him.
Correct. You got it. You got it. Nothing.
What is Parker doing right now? Winning. What is Parker doing right now? Winning. What is Rivas doing right now?
No,
winning.
He's not winning.
What is Helena's doing right now? Winning. That's 3 names right there, partner. 3-0 right there. 3-0.
Okay, so you mean to tell me? So also Luis Ortiz is winning. Tyson Fury is winning.
Luis Ortiz just fought Martin, and that's it. That's it. Period. Which was months ago. He could have came back and fought again. We don't know when we're gonna see his old behind again.
Correct. He's at the end of his career. I don't know.
And Whyte is still winning, and and Whyte is still winning on a much higher level than Luis Ortiz. So I don't get it.
No, he ain't winning shit. He's about to get his ass whooped. He ain't winning nothing.
No. Again, are you clairvoyant?
I might as well be.
Good. We need to. I'm telling you, we need to do.
I might as well be for this one.
I tell you what, we need to do the lottery thing, then, man. We need to do the lottery thing. Okay.
I'm talking about for this thing. I might as well.
No. You said you're clairvoyant. Then we need to do the lottery thing.
Just the same way that I understand I'm gonna eat dinner at 10 o'clock. I don't need to be clairvoyant to understand this. Right?
Lord have mercy. So basically, you're lying. You don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. You're just giving your opinion just like I gave me. You're just giving an opinion. You're not stating any facts, right? You're just giving an opinion.
Hold up.
An opinion.
Guess who is number 7 right now on the Ring
Who?
Magazine top 10 heavyweight list.
Ring Magazine again. The same one you said was trash or something.
How much do you? Yeah, how much do you? So, are they somebody? Or are they nobody?
Who's number 7? Please enlighten us.
He's from the country of Cuba. He's 33-2,
Thank
28
you.
KOs.
Does he have S curls?
100. You know how many weeks he's been on the top 10 list?
Does he have S curls?
189 weeks.
Does he have S curls?
Does he have S curves?
S curls.
Wow, you really are old like that, huh? Did you have?
He had S curls his last fight.
Didn't you? You had activated. I can see you now. Gap tooth.
I couldn't grow my hair that long, Smoke. I couldn't grow my hair that long. I got a nice smooth beard going on.
You got call me. Here? You like Kimbo Slice out here? You got a process.
I'm too suave for the S curl, baby. I'm too suave because I'm Mr. Oh my.
Okay, just so you know, let's talk. The people who have been on the Ring Magazine.
You said number 7. Wow, people really care about number 7.
So the guys who have been on the list longer. He's a guy
who's number 1.
The guy who holds the Ring Magazine belt.
Who's number 1?
The guy that's gonna whoop Dillian Whyte's ass in the next fight.
Who's number 2? See what I'm saying? Nobody cares about. No one cares about number 7. You want to be in second place,
but now
you care about number 2. What's up, Bruce? What's up, Bruce Gold and Jazz? What's up with you, baby?
Guess who's not? Guess who's the champion? All right, so he's the champion, so he's not actually number 1. Number 1 after the champion. So we got the champion Tyson Fury, and then the number 1 is Alexander Usyk. The number 2 is Anthony Joshua. Then number 3 is Deontay Wilder. Number 4.
That's not possible. You can't be anywhere ranked if you just got knocked out on your face and you did not come back and avenge the fight. So
what?
Go ahead.
Okay, I don't know.
He didn't come back and avenge the fight. Okay. He ended up on his face and hasn't fought since. How's he ranked at all? How's he ranked at all?
Okay, so let's look at the trans. Like, is there a ranking system?
How is he ranked at all? That's all I want to know. How do you rank someone at all if they last fight they ended up on their face? They were a loser. They got beat up, ended up on their face, and has not come back and avenged the fight.
Transnational. Well, because the stuff that you talk about don't matter to nobody.
Transgender? You say he's a transgender fighter?
Nope. I'm looking at the transnational boxing rankings.
Okay, why don't you just look at world boxing? Like, give us something that we'll know.
I don't know what
transgender boxing is, man.
Yes, transnational is.
What is that? What is that? What is transnational? What is transnational? I don't know. Joshua Littlejohn, big up yourself.
They are a
Sam Soul, big up yourself. Tony Temple, big up yourself.
Let's see. Transnational boxing is a bunch of boxing professionals that have their own ranking system. That's not.
Oh, their own ranking system, right? It's not a world. It's not a world opinion. It's just a bunch of guys. It's just a bunch of guys that have their own opinion.
So according to
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter overall because it doesn't matter because they have no effect over anything. It's not like they're the WBC, they're the WBA or the IBF. They're just a bunch of guys giving their opinion. Okay, good. Thank you.
Transnational has the same top 5 guys. Only they switched the position. They switched the position of Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder. So for transnational,
how far you have to go to find them.
So
look how far you went to transnational. Who's just a bunch of cats who give their opinion. They're not important.
Hey Troy,
not important.
I'm going to go to all of the ranking systems. This is just the second one.
No, you're not, because I'm not going to listen to that crap. No, you.
Okay, so whose ranking system? Okay, so what ranking system would you like to listen to?
I don't want to listen to anybody.
You said nobody. You said nobody said this. Now every single sanctioning body,
nobody listen.
Rankings.
You had to pick an opinion-based ranking to actually find some help for your boy. The fact is that he's a nobody, and he's going to go down in history as a nobody, and that nobody is who Wilder's ties his hat to. Okay, there you go. It's a damn shame that the champion's biggest win is some nobody contender. It's not another champion, but it's a nobody contender.
Okay, so most
champions get their fame from beating other champions.
Is the opinion of record right now, right? Not Ring Magazine.
Most
not Ring
champions get their
Magazine. It's Troy Grant.
fame from beating other top guys and other
Top
top
now.
champions.
Top.
Wilder
You gotta get the top.
Wilder got
Hey,
his
Troy,
fame from beating some nobody named Luis
I got
Ortiz,
you, bro.
who hasn't
I get
accomplished anything in boxing. Luis Ortiz's biggest fight in all of boxing is losing to Wilder because he hasn't accomplished anything else. That's a damn shame. See that? His biggest fight is losing to Wilder because he hasn't accomplished anything else. How do you go down in history for being a loser?
Dillian White's
And
doing
Wilder,
it. His biggest claim to fame is getting knocked out by
and
AJ. By AJ.
and White's and then Wilder's biggest claim to fame is being knocked out by Tyson Fury.
No, it is not. That's
That's
not
his
his biggest
biggest
claim. His
fight.
claim to fame is 10 title
Yes,
defenses.
that's not his claim to fame because he's
Oh,
not the
yes,
first one
it
to do it.
is. Oh, yes,
It's
that
not.
is.
He's not the
yes,
first
it
one to
is.
do it. He's not the first one to do it.
Dillian White,
Do you know
his
who?
claim to fame is he got knocked
Do
out
you
by
know who the
AJ.
first one to do it was? Do you know who the first one to do it was?
The first guy to do 10 title defenses?
Yes.
I want to say
Heavyweight.
yeah. I want to say
You don't know,
Joe
man.
Louis. I want to say Joe Louis, but it could be Tommy
It
Burns.
is Joe Louis.
But it
Hallelujah.
could be
You got
Tommy
something
Burns.
right for the night. It's Joe Louis. You got something right for the night. You go to the head of the short bus
Okay.
and get your cookie.
I don't understand why you feel like
Okay.
you should be you need to quiz me. Like, come on, man.
I don't need to quiz you. You are
You try to
a
quiz me. Like,
living
come on, man.
you
Stop
are
it.
a
Stop
living, breathing encyclopedia of just just continued nothingness. It just goes on and on and on and on and on.
Listen, peace out to Jamrock. I'm not trying to like cast no aspersions off of Jamaica. I love some Jamaica.
Yes,
But yeah,
yes.
whatever.
That has nothing to do with anything either.
I just wanted to
It
make
really
sure
doesn't.
that whatever Jamaicans, you don't like roll up and try to like put some hot rocks. I know the shotters are out there, right?
I'm not an ambassador of the country, Smoke. You on your own with that.
No,
I'm not an ambassador.
you're just one of those extreme fans. You're extremely biased.
Am I really? Who else do I
Yes.
root for that's Jamaican, Smoke? Since I'm so
Dillian,
extreme.
the horrible
Who
guy,
else?
White.
I said who else? Who else? You just
Simon
named me
Brown.
one. Simon
Mike
Brown don't box no more. How could I root for a fighter that don't box no more?
Oh, now they have to be active. Nicholas Waters.
Listen to the wording.
Like, I can
rooting. How do you root for someone if they don't box anymore?
Okay, great. So what because you say, hey, they're one of my favorite boxers, like you just said.
How do you root for someone who doesn't box anymore?
Like you just said. I
name
like Simon Brown.
Name me another Jamaican fighter that I root for who's currently fighting. Name me all the Jamaican fighters that I root for who's currently fighting. Name me 3 other Jamaican fighters that are boxing.
Dillian Whyte. Do you even watch anybody but Dillian Whyte? I don't even know that you watch another fighter.
Name me
outside
3 other fighters that are of Jamaican descent that are boxing.
Why do I have to?
Because you brought it up. Now,
no, I didn't. I brought it up. Like Dillian Whyte
said I'm such a fanatic.
Fighters.
No. You said that I'm a fanatic because they're Jamaican, but you can't even name anybody past Dillian Whyte.
Yes, because Dillian Whyte is enough for
you
that.
You can't name anybody past. That tells me that you are a fanatic.
You're bringing up Dillian Whyte.
You are a fanatic. You are a fanatic, and you're fascinated with a White.
No, I'm not.
I think you have a White fetish. I think you have a White fetish. Yeah, I think so.
Good. White can't fight.
I think you have a White fetish.
White is like
he can't fight. He can't fight, but he sure as hell wins a lot, though. He sure as hell wins a lot, but he can't fight.
Right, again, because he fights. Anyway, let's see. Let's look
at it. Say it so I can rattle off the names again. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. He fights top tough guys, right? He fights the tough guys. He fights the top guy. Go ahead and say it. Say it.
Because Maurice Walk is not top 10. Is not the top tier guy. Sorry. Maurice Walk.
How far back did you have to go for that? Name his full last fights.
Maurice Walk.
I'm talking about White.
Yes. Maurice Walk was one of his last 4 fights.
Keep talking. Because when you're done,
Oscar Rivas, you
were done, he didn't fight Oscar Rivas twice. He didn't fight Oscar Rivas twice.
I said Povetkin twice. Maurice Walk and Rivas are his last 4 fights.
Mm-hmm.
Those are his last 4 fights.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. He fought Povetkin. He fought Walk, like you said, Oscar Rivas, Derek Chisora, Joseph Parker, and then there's some guy named Lucas Brown. So he's doing good. All of them are pretty successful. Well, Lucas is in the twilight of his career. He done. He done. Oscar's a champion. Povetkin's a former champion. Joseph Parker
Oh,
was a
wait a minute.
former
But he was also
champion.
twilight his
Okay,
career. And he was done,
right?
right? But oh wait, hold
I
on. Why,
didn't
why
say
do we all
Parker
go
was done.
twilight his
I
career,
didn't
right?
say Parker was done. Parker ain't done.
But Parker was
Parker's
hell
not
fight.
done.
How far back you want to go for Parker? I thought you
I
said his
didn't
last
say
4
Parker was
fights.
done.
You
Hold on.
literally just said his
Oh,
last
I'm
4 fights.
sorry. Did I say
You
that?
said his
Okay.
last
Did I
4
say
fights.
last four? Okay,
You said
good
his
then.
last 4 fights.
Alice Povetkin. Then there's Wak. Then there's Rivas. And then there's
Correct.
Derek
That's
Chisora.
it. That's his last 4 fights.
Right. Right. Those are good wins actually. Alex Povetkin is a good win.
Okay, first off,
right?
is a terrible
Rivas
loss.
is a
Though.
good win.
It's a terrible loss, though.
Derek Chisora was an excellent win.
Terrible loss, right?
Right?
That wasn't his last 4 fights.
The only one up here was Wak, because I don't really know who Wak is. So that's the only one up here, right?
You know who Rivas is either.
Yes, I do know who Rivas is, and I knew who he was before he fought Whyte. I knew who he was before he fought Whyte. Yeah. He's the guy that knocked out Brian Jennings.
Okay, do you know who he was before he fought Jennings?
No, never heard of him before he fought Brian Jennings.
No, he did not. Right.
I didn't know who Luis Ortiz was before he fought Jennings.
The only problem is those fights were years apart, right?
Thank you very much. It doesn't matter. I didn't know who he was neither.
Did you know Brian Jennings was before he fought? Did you know?
Let's look at Fury's last fight. Let's look at Fury's last 4 fights, shall we?
I don't know.
Let's look at Fury's last 4 fights.
I thought you were gonna shut this down, dude. Like now you're just going
off
on
Fury's
tangents.
last fight. You keep on running off at the mouth.
Let me just give you my last words. Dillian Whyte's gonna get his
never
entire
have a last word. I'm looking at Fury's last 4 fights. Keep on talking.
All right, cool. But I'm out. I'm gonna beef in the chat while you look at Fury's last 4 fights.
I already found him.
Cool.
Let me see.
Wilder.
Knock them
out. They can rattle them off.
Otto Walling, Tom Swartz. That's 3. And then there's some guy on here named Francisco Panetta. That's it. Those are the last 4 fights? Wow. Does anybody know who the hell them dudes are? Outside of Wilder? Thank you. Thank you very much. I thought so. See, when you step up in here, it's an experience, like I said. I don't do a lot of open mics for some reason. I think I want to do some more. I'm usually up here talking to guests, which this is March. All my guests are going to be female, right? So you're going to enjoy that. But I don't do a lot of the panels. I find myself more interested in speaking to guests than I do having these open mics. Today I felt like it. I need to breathe some. So I said, okay, let me have this open mic and do this and do that. And a series, I call it, Dillian Whyte's March to Undisputed. Nobody that was on the panel today could tell me why he can't become undisputed. I can tell you why he can't become undisputed, though. If Joshua gets his head together, he will not see undisputed. We're talking about Whyte here because Joshua all around is just a better fighter. That's why he won't see undisputed if Joshua is right. Nobody else out there is going to stop Whyte. Nobody. You understand me? I don't care who. I don't see one other heavyweight that's standing in the way right now with a belt. Not Usyk, not Fury. Fury, for all intents and purposes, is damaged. Okay? Klitschko's not a current heavyweight. Sit your ass down. Okay? So thank you very much. Right. So Ike fought Tina too. It don't mean nothing. He didn't win. I don't give a damn about that. You fought him, but you didn't win. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I really do believe that this young man is marching towards undisputed because it's his time. Everybody has a time in this life where it's just your time, and nothing and no one is going to stop you. It don't matter what the naysayers say. It don't matter what the haters say. It don't matter what nobody says. It is your time. It is your time, and that's just all to it, you know? And I believe that this cat is just his time, you know? It is his time. So bless up to him. And hopefully I'm gonna do some more of these series when I get I get in the mood for these things, you know. I get in the mood to do these things. But yeah, I really enjoy doing the interviews. That's why you see me do so many interviews, sharpening up my skills and all that. So stick and stay because This whole month of March is Women's Empowerment Month. How many of you knew that? So I'm dedicating this month to some very to the women. I have a boxing coach coming in. I have managers coming in. I have a young lady who opened up her own gym and became a trainer. First one to ever do that. She's coming in. I got another. I had Chrissy Martin on. She was my first guest for the month of March. Great interview. I like talking to Chrissy. She's just a beacon of light, man. Her strength is just like that. Her spiritual strength, just she's empowering, and her story is incredible too. So yeah, but stick and stay. I got some more stuff. I got a champion who's a two-time female champion who don't get her shine, baby. She don't get her shine. She coming on here too. So yeah, so it's time, like it is, like I say all the time. It's just time, 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 and we are going to be out of here in a second. I'm looking for a song. Time. It's my time or something like that. But I just enjoy doing this, man. I could do it. I could do it how I feel. I don't have to worry about going to nobody's page, hearing about getting put in the backstage, hearing about my mic, hearing about I'm toxic, hearing about this dude is XYZ. I'm speaking recklessly. You don't know shit about boxing. With these dudes, I can literally wipe my ass with them. I literally can. I just don't come off like that. They don't know that I dumb myself down for them because I don't know. It would be a quick death if I ever just let them have it. And I guess a part of me is like, kill them slowly, or just have some pity on them, right? Right. So that's what you do sometimes in life. You have some pity on fools, but you don't suffer them. You don't suffer them. You might have some pity on them. And I'm trying to remember this dude's name, and I can't friggin' remember his name for some reason. Damn it. I'm gonna find him though, because I'm not leaving till I find that song. You're just gonna have to tolerate my voice. But I will find it. Jamaican singers. Come on, baby. I don't no, come on. Show me something. Show me something. Oh my gosh. I am complete. You know how you know a song, but you can't think of the name of the artist. You could hear it, but you just can't think of the name of the artist, and you can't even see their face right now. Oh my gosh. The heck is going on with me? How about this? Night Nurse. Let's just put Night Nurse in. That would help me. Night Nurse, Gregory Isaac. Right? I can't believe I can't find this song. Gregory Isaac. All right. Let me see. Featuring somebody. I don't know. Various artists. Oh my gosh. This is killing me that I can't find it, but I'm going to find it. Good Lord have mercy, Troy. Your memory is bad. Oh my gosh. All right, let me do this. Wushu Bantan. Wushu Bantan featuring Barris. Is it Barris Hammond? No, I'm getting close though. I'm getting close. It's not Barris Hammond. It's the next one. Barris Hammond. Yeah, damn it. I got close. You get close. Barris Hammond. What the hell is going on? This is crazy that I can't remember this cat's name. Push it all the way up the door. Can't remember his name or nothing. Wow. Barris Hammond featuring I'm gonna kick myself. Oh my god. This is a damn shame. What is it? Is Barris Hammond Levy? Something Levy. Levy featuring Levy. What's his name, y'all? Let me put that in and see what happens. Hold on. I found it, damn it. I found it. The artist's name is Barrington Levy, My Time. Why the hell couldn't I remember that guy's name, man? Barrington Levy, My Time. Wow. I need to take a whole bottle of something to get my memory back. Just a whole bottle. Barrington Levy. All right. All right. I'm back. I'm back. Oh my God. Why in the hell couldn't I remember Barrington Levy, man? Brother getting old up in this. I don't think it's old. It's something, but let me find a point in the song so I don't get a strike. All right, bless up everyone. You know, if anyone's out there still listening to the sound of my voice here, so thank you for coming through. I'm not leaving, not just yet. I need to say thank you for the crowd of people. Boxing conversations with Reggie Owens. Bless up yourself. Thank you for your time. Rolling with the punches. Bless up yourself. Inboxing. Bless up yourself. Pure, pure soul central. Pooh Central. Bless up yourself. That name is smooth. I keep messing it up. Volts UK. Bless up yourself. Myself. Bless up yourself. You know, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. New media, bless up yourself. Tony Temper, bless up yourself. Sam Saul, bless up yourself. Joshua Littlejohn, where you been, man? Bless up yourself. Bruce Goes Boxing, Jazz, and more. Bless up yourself. Get this smoke. Always a pleasure. No, it is not. Bless up yourself. All right. It's been what it's been. This is a series. I'm going to keep coming back with these Dillian Whyte conversations. I'm just going to wait till I hear some more news and then put some things together, and then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to do part two or whatever. But I love, and I'm going to work on a panel. That's what I'm going to do. I'm work on a panel of some folks that I like talking to and go from there. You know, we're going to build something. I'm building something. Yeah, I got it in my head. But here's the song I was looking for. My time, Barrington Levy. So it's my time to go, my time to rest, and my time to say, God bless one and all. Thank you for your time. My mind is such a state. Sometimes it makes me sick. Sometimes I try to date, but I just don't know the trick. I need to be a man because I was born a man, and I deserve the right to live. That's all you're gonna get. Bless up yourself.